Okay, good. It's working today. Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? It's a lot of dead boys in this motherfucker. AKA Jesus Shuttleworth the God, AKA the GOAT artist. You know what it is, man. Tunnel Gang in the building. World is out now. You know what it is. Let's get it. RingGangRadio.com. El Capitan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ring Gang in the house.
Actually, I come through and spit freestyles like more factually. Like
this nigga right here.
Oh man, but yeah, we about to have fun tonight. It's Monday Night Raw. Fuck.
It is Monday night, so you know
it is Monday night. Hold on. It is Monday night, and our podcasts are always raw. So
that's that might be a Freudian slip though.
I rest my case then. Next.
But yeah, shout outs, shout out Blazing Kelly. We see you there. What's good, man? How are you? But yeah, I got my other man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Who's banned? Okay, I got two people that are banned. First off, these fucking out-of-towners that come to New York City and don't know how to goddamn act, don't know any fucking rules, protocols, or just have any goddamn decency. God damn it, man. Like, y'all fucking up everything. Y'all trashing the place, trashing places. Y'all don't know how to order from places. Like, it ridiculous. Fucking 2:00 in the morning, I'm trying to get a pizza, and you motherfuckers are such savages. Like, god damn. Motherfuckers about to fight over some fucking paprika. Like, god damn it, bro.
Hold on, wait. Niggas is putting paprika on pizza?
Yes, that is the thing.
I mean, smoked paprika?
Yes.
Okay.
But like, bruh, like y'all niggas.
But that's nothing to fight over. Like, I can see cilantro or oregano, but paprika.
And if you're good, and also to you fucking perverts out there, if you're gonna, you shouldn't even be doing this. That you're fucking disgusting. If you're a fan, but if you're gonna fucking pee or fucking jerk off, pause. You shouldn't be doing that anyway in public. Fucking find a fucking spot to go. Why are you doing it in the fucking open? Like, and these aren't like the junkies that just are being junkying. These are like fully functioning adults that are like just perverts. I'm just peeing in the middle of the fucking street. Like, there's people around. We're seeing you. We don't need to see that fucking shit. Go behind the corner. City for you, bro. Go behind the corner and pee on the wall in the alley. Like, yo, like, what the fuck are you doing? God damn it.
That's that New York shit for you.
Yo, but like, this is shit you should, like, listen, I was peeing outside as a kid, but I always knew where to fucking do it, where to not do it. Like, y'all are grown ass men.
Hold on,
you don't know how to fucking have common sense.
Are we frowned upon that? I'm just saying.
No, I frown upon these motherfuckers. Okay, and that's it. I'm not done with these dudes. And second of all, those people are banned. Two, if you are on camera, like, not even on camera or in public, stop. I don't care if you're male, female. Why are you grabbing other people's junks? And yes, you know what video I'm talking about because I'm sure both of you have seen that shit. Woman, man, doesn't matter. Why are you fucking pervert fucking grabbing somebody's junk in public for everybody to see? Like sexual assaulting, like
in front of kids. No, the worst part is in front of kids, like literally in front of a bunch of kids.
Yes, and in front, like I wasn't even gonna fucking mention that. Like that's even worse. Yeah. Just in front of anybody, you should not. I don't like, and honestly, I don't want to get into the whole gender thing, but a lot of times we give women passes for just violating men in public because we want to. Like, well, if you don't like it, you're a chump, you're gay. Yada yada. No,
if y'all
like, bro, like that shit is not funny. Like, it's not like, come on. I don't care. We gotta fucking shame these women too for doing that shit. You shaming these men for, you should be okay with that. You should like that. You're a man. No. Nobody wants to fucking deal with that shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't want them random strange bitch fondling my meats. Like, get out of here. That's like somebody like a stranger going into your kitchen and opening the refrigerator and just start touching and taking shit out.
Yeah,
like I nah. Like I don't care how fine you look or whatever. Like, this is
mad
not right.
unacceptable. And to do it, but like I said, this is the clout age. You know, motherfuckers be doing something strange for a bit of change just to be just to like, you know, just to get some sort of famous. Like it's a sick world.
It says Shorty was fanned out. Like she fainted when he walked into the room, but that's no excuse still. Like,
nah.
Like what kind of example you said? My goodness.
Look on his face. Look on his face. I felt bad for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was disgusting. I was disgusted.
Yeah, because I mean he was on camera, so he couldn't like if he smacked the broad on camera, there goes.
He had to restrain himself. He had to restrain himself. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, because you know they stream everything. So I'd say
those are my rants for now. We'll get into more stuff during the actual cast. So take it away.
Yeah, of course, yo. And then last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff. Big fight week, stacked week. Boxing's heating up, and we got that heat. So let's get it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. You know, Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds. You dig? And I believe Rome Top 5 will probably join us a little later in the cast, though. But yeah, this past weekend was not the most. Was not the best of weekends for boxing. You know,
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
The best of
best of cards, and it was the worst of cards.
Yeah, and you know, in Public Enemy #1 was the card on Friday with one Adrian Broner and one Blair Cobbs fighting in Florida. Am I mistaken? In your neighborhood, LB.
Hollywood, nigga.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see no fuckery because I mean that shit is close to where you live, ain't it?
yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, it's not as close as the Panther Stadium, but it's down the street from me. It's right there. But that's the thing. It's like y'all gotta understand when you go to Hard Rock, there's so much shit going on where a fight could literally be the last thing on a nigga mind.
Right.
I remember at the damn Bay what's his name? Bartholomew fight.
Oh,
and yeah, I was there and motherfucker was like, oh, hold on, niggas is fighting? Floyd, the money team buses out there like, wow, is it anybody good? Like and these are young people, all ages and shit, bro. So it'd be like that. What they do, Miss 702 and salute Blazing Killer. Yeah, Broner cooked himself moving the one. Nah, it's just a discipline, bro. Like
but
fight at 147.
But honestly, because you know I didn't pay this really no mind because it was just the buildup was just Cobbs and his puppet getting on Broner's nerves, and then Broner literally threatened to kill the dude, like. Literally, like
the build-up for this was actually good, though.
Yeah, I couldn't complain about the build-up. I mean,
like honestly, it was more built up than a lot of fights.
The fight was actually good. I mean, like to me, it was a decent fight.
It was terrible.
I'll give you this: the build-up and the fight itself was more dramatic and better than Canelo Munguia.
Yeah, no, Canelo Munguia was just a whole bunch of. It shouldn't have been. Considering one of them was coming off a fight of the fucking year, and then the other one was coming off probably his best win in a little bit, but it just all flopped, you know.
Yeah.
But
salute Android, what it do? Great,
it flopped like Broner after he absorbed that left hand. I mean, my goodness, like Broner looked so trash, it was not even funny.
Yeah, what happened to his speed is?
The liquor got that. That's liquor.
I guess his reflex. The only thing I would say is his reflexes are still kind of there, but everything else is just god damn. What happened?
He wasn't. We heard this thing with Kevin Cunningham.
He ain't letting the hands go, bro.
He's been shell shocked since Madonna. Like he should have never moved up to 47. Realistically, maybe toward the end of his career, maybe like now. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the money's at. Whatever.
Yeah, basically. It was sad because because Cobbs has an actual level. Cobbs is a person. He's a C-level fighter. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But he's someone you cannot. First it's Maurice Hooker, and now this dude is like if you're basically he's like okay, you know what, Cobbs is not great.
If you're good, you should beat him. If you're quality, you should beat Cobbs.
I've been asking this because Cobbs is a relatively decent sized welter. Broner is a little undersized, but I'm just wondering, real quick, give me a name who you think the best welterweight he could beat. Just give me a name. Y'all think
Cobbs.
Yeah. Who y'all think? Like a
he may or may not beat Mario Barrios.
Who? Wait, who? Hold on. Real quick, I have to step away for a minute.
No, I'm saying it's real quick.
Who are you talking about?
Give me come with a name you think the best welterweight that Blair Cobbs could beat currently.
That Blair Cobbs?
Yeah, who's the best welterweight he could beat?
He not beating anybody in the top. He not beating anybody in the top 5. He might beat Ugas, sure. I
said Mario Barrios is 50.
Because
hell no, he's not beating Mario Barrios.
He's never been in a 12 rounder. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. The way Barrios looked his last fight, like
Cobbs gassing, like Broner was getting him that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, Broner won the last 2 rounds. Like he actually buzzed Cobbs and he let his hands go, but it's just it was like too little, too late.
Yeah, basically, there's stretches of the fight where dude was showing up and letting Cobbs do like heavy bag work, like
yeah.
Like there was
and the crazy part is Broner still retains his accuracy. Like all his single shots, like his jabs, anytime he would throw them, there was landing on Cobbs.
He wouldn't throw a jab because every time he would throw something, I could tell he'd like be weary of what was coming back every time. You know what I'm saying?
Even though he would land it, that's the crazy part. It's because he didn't want to work. He didn't want to work.
He's just been shell shocked since Maidana. I mean, his chin is still. I always said he had one of the better chins. I know he got dropped.
Well,
Cobbs does hit hard though.
No, I mean, he got dropped bad. I know his tooth fell out and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, this thing was an IG with a gap tooth smile. Like, come on, bro.
It looked like he knocked like 2 teeth out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it ain't like no 2. That's teethuses.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Our Big John that would say.
Yeah. Shout out to Big John, yo. But yeah, but Broner looked good and washed. Like this is not a guy that you see and like, okay, this guy should continue fighting. Like this is.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse washed though. Like if you seen the whole fight, it's like he just looked like a guy who just it took him forever to go in. Like I'll say this. He let his hands go more in this fight than he did against Santiago. But against Santiago, he still seemed like he had the fast hands and the power. Like it was something like he couldn't let the hands go. Like he seemed like it was more urgency in this fight. But, he still lost. But now hearing that, he had fractured his elbow, he tore his shoulder.
Yeah, because he landed when he dropped. That's where he did it.
Well, goddamn, man, shit! Like, and he fought like 7 or 8 rounds like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough, but
but it's like like it's one thing if you're taking that from a top level fighter, it's one thing because it's kind of like okay, that's the top level fighter that's making Broner, but this is Blair Cobbs, and it's like. Yeah, like
dude, if you're getting hurt like that and getting dropped in a boxing ring, like this ain't the Kumite.
Like it's been 11 years since Broner got dropped, and when you're getting dropped by Cobbs of all people, and it looks so bad, like because I
don't think it's a bad thing about Cobbs, because Cobbs can hit. It just how hard he had got dropped though. It wasn't no flash knockdown. It was like. He got knocked down. He got hit with one of those Chris Algieri wheelbarrow knockdowns.
Yeah, besides the Maidana fight, which many people think he got stopped in, which he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because he got embarrassed that bad. He's always had a pretty sturdy chin. He paused. I mean, he's had it's like a level below Danny Garcia's chin. You know what I'm saying? It's like in terms of the era, he's had one of the better chins. In terms of the punchers he's fought.
Yeah, but then also too, because one thing about him, his defense was always on point. His defense, because obviously when he does, because. After Maidana, he didn't let his hands go, but his defense was where it needed to be, and it was 10. He was tough, but just like but he just looked like everything was just wrong. Because you could tell he didn't train like that. I mean, One thing is too is like he looked like he got fatter as the night went on in the fucking ring.
The watch meter kept going. Just kept.
And for the people that said it was a robbery, there was no robbery. Cobbs won that fight clear.
Now that's Broner saying it was robbery.
Yeah. No, there were some people I saw
thought
that saying it was a robbery.
Oh wow!
Who the fuck thought that dumb shit? What?
No, he beat that boy.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah,
Cobbs,
the fight just count in the last 2 rounds. Yeah, he did, but
yeah,
fights don't work like that. You got 10 rounds,
right, and you get dropped in one of them, so it's like it's not. There's not even.
And he
close
won
to
by
it.
maybe 3 at best. Like,
Mhm.
ain't no way you was winning that, bro. Like, you need multiple knockdowns to come back.
Right. So I mean, I obviously now with this win, I mean, Cobbs being 2 former world champions in a row. So he's gonna ride that notoriety to something. What I don't know if it's gonna be a Golden Boy card again, if Golden Boy takes him back, or Don King signs him and is like, or I don't even know if he's actually signed to Don King or he just signed for him for that fight. Who even knows?
It was a WBC friendship belt, whatever the fuck that is.
No, yeah, I was like, yeah, WBC has no fucking shame sometimes.
Juneteenth belt, Juneteenth belt coming on Saturday. Shit, like,
Yeah, the Juneteenth belt.
I mean, honestly, I don't mind a Juneteenth belt if there's a fight between some niggas and it's like Juneteenth weekend.
Well, yeah, Frank Tank makes sense.
I don't mind that.
Frank Tank, but Tank shut down. He ain't paying no sanction fees on that.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like I said, I don't mind. It could be worse belts. Like, I mean, this the guy who said, we creator of the GameStop belt. Yeah, I mean, I'll give a Juneteenth belt a pass. Like,
yeah, and I'm seeing Anthony Manzano, and Chris Brand, salute for y'all for joining in. Chris Brand, he beat that boy like he beat Manny. Yep, and then Anthony Manzano. So is Blair to Flair Cobbs back, or is this just a one-time thing for Blair, and he's going to go back to the same mistakes he's been making the last few fights?
I mean, he's only lost once. I mean, the thing with Cobbs.
Back. Where? When was he ever here? What the fuck?
I mean, he was getting a little. I mean,
he was getting a little buzz, but then it's like the way they moved him.
The Roca
it's like they did that just for Roca.
Yeah, the Roca law. The thing with him is his. You saw in this fight, his gas tank, his stamina, after 6 rounds, it's one of the worst out, probably.
Because it's like he don't know what he want to do. Like, he wants to be a Keith Freitas, like, or Marcelino Thurman.
Yeah,
he wants to run around and throw big shots. He doesn't really want to box. If you notice, like, Broner was cutting the ring off on him, and then sometimes Broner will follow him, but he was always there. It just Broner wasn't throwing the punches. It was just, a jab that would land. Like, that's an annoying shit. Like, it's like Claudio Pacquiao. Like, a nigga throw 1,200 punches at you and land 300. You throw 300 punches and land 100.
Yes.
Like, geez, nigga, you're almost like, damn, but at that rate, I would wish you would throw more, bro.
But I mean, he earned his victory. I mean, he said it in the build-up that he was going to knock out a tooth too, and he did it, which is just like, that's an uncanny, prediction to make, and actually it comes true. But
I agree with Blazing Killer. Cobbs is sea level. He won't make it far at all. Chris Brand, Cobbs versus Norman. Brian Norman would beat the fuck out of Blair Cobb. Like, nah, chill. Like,
that's the thing. It's like, what are y'all trying to do? This is what they gotta, like, real quick. This is what we need to figure out with Cobbs. Do they say, look, man, let's make you a marketable, fun guy who could promote fights, who's entertaining, and make you a semi-jobber to the stars? Or do we try to take you serious and kind of build you up to a semi-attraction before we feed you again? That's what they got to figure out.
You just said it. They're gonna end up feeding him again anyway. So it's like there.
Norman.
But it's like now is the time you could really give him a type of hometown fight or something where he could get a KO.
The problem is, I'll say this: the problem, LB, is that if you want to build him up to eventually feed him to a bigger name, to a top guy, that's fine. But then it's like, I don't even have confidence that he'll make it to the top name to be fed. Like,
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
At welterweight, like, okay, let me ask you this:
LB.
Cody Crawley versus Blair Cobbs.
A good fight.
Cody beats Cobbs.
Well, we're talking
To me,
about real quick. Hold on, I want to mention something.
Yeah, I would make that like a 55-45.
Blair Cobbs is 34. No, hold on. Blair Cobbs is 34, yo. Like, he's not no young spring chicken. I mean, he's never been a 12 rounder, in his career.
Then hey, man, cash him out, then, bro.
We're talking
cash him the fuck out.
We're talking like a 25-year-old prospect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he's not. No, Cobbs is not a prospect. He basically he's a limited fighter with a big personality.
So what's the best winnable fight for him next, or just say, hey, throw him in there against anybody?
I like Norman. I like the Norman fight. I mean,
can you repeat that? LB?
Like,
what are you asking?
The next best winnable fight for him, or just fuck it, throw him in there with anybody? Like, what? Like, who does he make the best appetizer for? If that's a better way of saying it.
Walter, so I think Chris Branson, the Norman fight's decent. I think
Norman
shit out of it.
Would kick his ass.
Norman is like
time out.
That's like the Roca fight again.
I was the only one on this panel really that was giving Norman love when most of y'all were shitting on Norman. So now he's just
hold on. No, let's stop there.
He was shitting on himself, bro.
I wasn't shitting on Norman. I had legitimate questions and concerns about Norman against top competition. But guess what? Blair Cobbs is not top competition. Those concerns I have to Norman don't apply when it comes to facing
Blair Cobbs, you have to take him serious, though.
Okay, would Blair Cobbs beat the guy, that Boca Chica guy that had a tough fight with Villa and dropped Norman? Would Blair Cobbs beat that guy, Boca Chica, if y'all can recall, the one that dropped Norman bad? You know what I'm saying? That is level. I'm just saying, like,
that's not a bad fight.
That's not a bad fight.
I mean, it's not a big fight, but it's not a bad fight.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you have to. I mean, because you can't keep putting Cobbs in with, former world champions that have problems. Like, they gotta. Yeah. You gotta put him in with live bodies, and his record with live bodies, like, his best fight, his best competition, whooped his ass. So, and give him his loss. So it's like there's no middle ground for him. Like, everything, and he's been stunned before by fighting some of the lesser fights he used to fight in them Golden Boy cards.
Put him in there with Santillan.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Yeah, Santillan, like, put him in there with him. Like, he beats us.
That's a good fight. That is a good fight, actually.
Maybe dude could bounce back off of Cobbs, or Cobbs could show, hey man, I'm not, dude really ain't built like that. I'm better than this dude. So I mean, there's fights out there for him. I was gonna say before because I don't want to seem like we talking about the Broner shit too long. But if y'all want to throw the Twitter poll real quick.
Oh yeah, the Twitter poll.
Oh, and salute Android, man. I appreciate it, bro.
We're gonna talk about the TR card shortly.
With the
appreciate that, yeah.
With the super chat. Salute.
I got the Twitter poll right here because I made the Twitter poll. I got it right here.
Oh yes, sir.
And the question is, who has the better case for being a first ballot Hall of Famer? Is it Adrian Broner or Deontay Wilder, or both, or neither? And we got 59 votes so far. Keep voting. 44% said neither. 27% said Wilder. 22% said Broner, and 7% said both. So
59 votes.
Neither is.
Yeah,
neither is the majority vote.
Overwhelming.
So I get it.
Yeah, I get it, y'all. You don't like black people.
I don't think either. Yeah. I don't think either are first ballot. I do believe that both will make it. I don't think either are first ballot, though.
I picked Wilder. I picked Wilder because
what'd y'all all vote for though? That's
I picked Wilder because of the 10 defenses, and obviously being the face of the American heavyweight boxing scene for almost a decade. I'm just saying he's gonna probably get in first ballot most likely.
So all right, so let me ask you this: so if I take my belt and I defend myself in the kitchen against 2 cockroaches, a mosquito, and I go outside and Butterfly. Then let me see what else I got to defend.
Fair, but let me.
I mean, what do I get for that?
He was also in one of the more memorable heavyweight trilogies of our time. Whatever you want to say, it's a.
Does Mickey Ward go to the Hall of Fame for the Gotti fights?
Gotti.
Yeah, Mickey Ward.
Mickey Ward is in the Hall of Fame. Mickey Ward is. Mickey Ward isn't going to be a Hall of Famer. Mickey Ward isn't going to be a Hall of Famer. Mickey Ward is not a Hall of Famer. I agree.
Yeah, he's not.
Arturo Gotti.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Gotti is.
Arturo Gotti is though.
Well, Gotti was 2 division champ, right? So
yeah. He's. But that's the thing. Like with like saying he went life or death. Like had a trilogy with Fury when he arguably lost every one of them.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying 10 defenses. Being one of the more memorable knockout artists of his era, you know what I'm saying? He is, you know what I'm saying, a heavyweight of America. I mean, come on. I'm just saying. You don't think he's going to get in? First ballot?
I mean, Shannon Briggs has more knockouts than you, and he's not going. And no one thinks he should go.
I do think Wilder will get in. I don't.
He'll get in. Maybe even first ballot if it's a weak year.
The way that I look at it is, because I get it, because I agree that because if it were up to me, it'd be neither. Like it's neither.
Yeah, neither is my choice.
I just think that because I look at it like, and here's how I look at it for whatever way you want to look at it, especially in the era of boxing that they were in. Can you tell from the 2000s, the heavyweight division in the 2000s? Can you tell that story without mentioning Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Usyk. Those four, for better or for worse, whatever, you can't tell the story of the heavyweight division without talking about those guys. And Wilder is a valid part of that, and it just is what it is. So I'm not going to say that he can't be a Hall. And to me, Broner is one of the biggest names, one of the biggest topics.
I mean, I voted Broner, though. I voted Broner, but I know y'all niggas some haters. So.
We can't talk about boxing from the 2010s without talking about Adrian Broner. He was a big part of his time, his era. So they both make it in.
I mean, Broner is a 4-division champ. I mean,
hey, what's up, Mike?
Whatever you want to say. What's up, Mike? Yeah.
Salute, Nike. What it do?
Broner is literally a 4-division champ. I know Mikey gets the little shiny, you know, Mikey had maybe some better wins along the way. But if Mikey, I feel like Mikey and AB are Hall of Famers this day and age. Again, like, you know, I talked, you know, LB, I mentioned this, graded on a curve. Broner's probably a Hall of Famer. I don't think he, you know, depends on.
He's a Hall of Famer. Dude, a 4-division champion, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm always gonna say Broner's Hall of Fame. Like, if both of them are Hall of Fame, if I would say Broner's. If I had to choose one, if one had to go in the Hall of Fame and the other one doesn't ever get in, I'm gonna pick Broner. That's just me, though. It's just because I feel like a Ponce de Leon win is like better than anything Wilder ever achieved.
Yeah, and he was the second guy to stop DeMarco. You know, we won't mention the other guy.
Yeah, shit like that. Like a motherfucking, like imagine if Broner beat a whole bunch of Gavin Rees 40-11 times. That's Wilder resume to me.
I mean, I think Luis Ortiz is better than a Gavin Rees, but I get it.
Of course, but then it always go back to who the fuck did Luis Ortiz beat that make him so like that dude that.
I mean, Luis Ortiz was a guy, a talented fighter that a lot of people felt was being frozen out of the heavyweight division. And so he was, because we can't act like at one point he wasn't the boogeyman. I don't agree that he was a boogeyman.
He wasn't no fucking boogeyman.
I said, hold up. I said, I don't agree with him being a boogeyman, but for better or worse, he was looked at as a guy that was frozen out that could have been a threat to a lot of the top guys. And it just never happened that way. And Wilder was the first one to take him out. So
and of course, it didn't help that Luis Ortiz popped dirty a couple times.
No, that definitely hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's tell the whole story with this old ass nigga, son. Like,
and
tell the whole story. The dude's best win was fucking Brian Jennings.
A guy Brian Jennings that a lot of you thought would like if they fought that he would beat Wilder.
I mean, styles make fights.
No, I get it, but that's a good win. Brian Jennings back in the day was a very.
Yeah, it's a good
fighter.
win. I just feel like it like what's my motivation here? Like it's lacking a certain depth when we're talking
No, I get it. I get it.
boogie nature, a boogeyman. I mean,
I think for Wilder, the past couple of fights have really hurt. And
Yeah, that's the thing where like it's
losing to
like,
Parker and losing to Zhang really like hurts his legacy.
It makes it. I mean, he's older now, but it's still a bad look no matter what. You know, I mean, it's yeah, because you know you're facing the elite guys and you're getting washed. You know, but
yeah, they're not competitive.
But dude, see, we look at this shit differently because all it is just the cows coming home, the roosters coming to roast, whatever the fuck, whatever them old niggas used to say. Like that's all that's happening right now with Wilder. Like if he would have fought Povetkin or Povetkin wanted to pop dirty, or if he would have fought better quality fighters, all this shit would have been happening. That's all I'm saying. Like,
and I don't care. I've always disagreed with that. I always thought he would have beat Povetkin. I always thought he would have knocked Povetkin out.
I don't know about all that. Like, I mean, he hasn't beat anybody as dangerous as Povetkin.
I mean, but then again, you're also talking to one of the OG Povetkin haters. I've been on the Povetkin fucking hate club, so
yeah, I'm no fan of Povetkin, bro. Dude, like him and Vladimir Klitschko had one of the most ugliest fights in the world. It looked like a drunken octopus versus a fucking can opener. Like I don't know, it's just ugly. We're
talking about a guy that to me I don't care. He should have lost. Like he looked like shit against fucking Marco Huck on a crude ass fucking cruiserweight.
Yes, yeah.
I thought beat him.
But Povetkin looks bad against a lot of people, but he knocked motherfuckers. Like I'm gonna just say this: look, a guy like Wilder makes too many technical and fundamental mistakes to face a guy as deadly as Povetkin. If Dylan White could get stretched by fucking Povetkin, I know goddamn well Wilder can.
Yeah, right.
Like, bro,
right?
Like he's gonna be making Wilder overthrow that right hand. Like, dude. Like,
no,
dude,
Chris Brand. Listen, I got a lot of. I'm from New York.
Hell yeah, Zab is first ballot.
I got a lot of love for Zab. I don't think Zab is first ballot. He's a Hall of Famer to me, but he's not first ballot.
Get the fuck out of here, y'all niggas.
I think he is. I mean,
he's definitely a Hall of Famer, like no doubt about it. I don't know about first ballot, and I like that a lot. So.
Dude, see, Chris Brand is like that right now.
Like, if we act like AB and Wilder aren't Hall of Famers, the classes over the years will be filled with old niggas who never got. There's some people right now who should be getting in over those two. Like, seriously, getting in over.
Like, you know what? Fuck it. Like before we end this, Pat, at least name a few of these niggas who you feel like should be in there right now before we even start mentioning the Wilders and the Broners.
The one person I always keep mentioning, Gennaro Hernandez, should absolutely be.
He's not in. That's crazy. What the.
Yeah,
he's only been beaten by Floyd and Oscar, and he's had has 2 reigns that there were long reigns at that for both of them.
It's weird that he's.
And that's all you niggas with the. Well, Wilder has 10 title defenses.
That's so weird. He's not in. What the fuck?
That's
so that's one person. You got any more?
There's more, but that's the one I always pick off the top of my head. Like there's, let's see.
I know people would say Chris Bird. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you, nigga. He should be in there. If Wilder's up for being in there, God damn right, Chris Bird deserves to be in there.
I'm playing.
Damn.
Wilder have a win better than David Tua.
I'm trying to remember who's still on them Hall of Fame ballots. I've been on them ballots for a good goddamn minute. But
Fernando Vargas.
Fernando Vargas.
All right, nah. Okay.
It's hard because he had the victories until after
peaked early.
He went left like badly.
Anybody? Let me see.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure who's still on the damn boxing ballots that has been there for a minute.
Vargas is not a Hall of Famer. He peaked very early, but no.
Yeah, he should.
Michael
He's actually on those ballots too.
Yeah. That's why I remembered his name. Like I remember his name.
I know Chris Eubank isn't in.
The senior.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn not in. What the fuck? Out of here.
Yeah. Okay. See now we're. I mean, Eubank and Nunn should both be in.
Yeah, Nunn's been there for that's a Jorge
There's
Arce.
a couple like lower weight guys.
I feel like Arce should be in. Like you see what like it's a lot of niggas, man. Like
yeah. I mean Chico just got in. You know, I think Tony wasn't. I think James Tony didn't even get in first ballot.
No, he got in. Ward got in before Tony, which was crazy.
Which is some fuck shit.
Tony
Oh my god!
Tony got in the second time, which is fucking weird. But
yeah, no.
Imagine that. So look, imagine that. So I can't even. If y'all seriously made James Tony a second ballot Hall of Famer, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
like honestly, like you know, if there's one of the few things that kind of hurt my heart immediately, that was that shit. I was like, James Tony is a second ballot over Andre Ward. Are you kidding me?
Like who the fuck? Like I've never met a real in your life Andre Ward fan in my life. Like I've met Roman Gonzalez fans, but I've never met a real life Andre Ward fan. Like who the fuck fucks with this nigga's fights, yo? Like
I get Ward is the last American gold medalist.
I mean, he's a great fighter. He Hall of Famer, but like over Tony, like if you was a boxing writer and you had to vote and you voted Ward, like made a boxing guy slap you every night before you go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not trying to compare different sports, but here's my thing. So Tim Bradley got in the Hall of Fame, and I have no problem with that. Really, I think he might have been first ballot.
Yeah, he's a fucking Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah, I have people complain about that. But what I'm trying to say is similar to NFL. Like NFL, Terrell Owens didn't get in. He's like third greatest receiver all time, right? Probably, but he had the off the field issues and was a dickhead.
Well, it's hard to compare because he didn't. Hold on. He didn't get in because of fucking politics. Because you have fucking cocksucker reporters. But get mad at any that. They play the politic game. They get mad because
here's my thing.
And honestly, hold on. It's great you said that because that's the same issue that James Tony had. Because you know what? The writers that voted on the Hall of Fame hated him. Couldn't stand him because he shit on them every chance he got because they were fucking goofballs.
Now, on the flip side,
they were talking about.
Now, on the flip side, a guy like Randy Moss, who's looked as a GOAT, he played the game. He had his off the field issues, but he went to the commentary booth. Okay, so he was in the commentary booth playing the good guy role. He gets in first ballot, of course. It's similar to that. I feel like a guy like Andre Ward was the good guy on ESPN. Tim Bradley, hell, a guy like Sean Porter, maybe playing the nice guy on all these broadcasts. Being all the writers love him. He might eventually get in. I'm just saying that plays a role in terms of.
It does, but it really shouldn't.
I'm not trying to hear all this dick eating shit. Like this shit is fucking.
Yeah,
it's an elephant in the room. It's true though. It's a fact.
But you know what? Like, I kind of blame the fans or the stands. I blame all of them for this because too many times, like niggas be dick riding boxers so fucking much that when you just be objective and just call it straight down the middle, it like causes niggas to have tantrums, and so everybody got an eggshell tiptoe around boxers and niggas be entitled. It's just a whole bunch of damn weird energy to navigate evaluating these dudes, man, and all the extra emotions and feelings these niggas be having just make it harder.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so like the whole thing. I mean, it's always gonna be a question. Like, I mean, obviously their careers are not over. I mean, like completely yet, but they're clearly winding down. But it'll be interesting to see if either one does become a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And both of them say they still want to fight. So it's I don't know, for better or for worse.
Honestly, I feel like if Broner's thing is the layoffs. If Broner recovered and started and had his next fight in January, because it's already half the year and he got those big injuries. Like, but if Broner came back and had his next fight in January and February, and then he decided to fight again in the summertime or something. That could work depending on the opponents. I think that's if he really wants to keep fighting, he has to fight. Like all this, because he gets into his depression and alcoholism and all that other whatever shit he got going on. When he's out of the ring too long, that should just build up on dude. And I think he just need to be in camp or whatever if he really trying to fight and take his brand serious. With Wilder, it's too late on Wilder, bro. Like he's cooked. He's at least Broner has the defense and the skills to kind of navigate a little better. But Wilder, you done got decision, you done got knocked out. You doing all types of bullshit drills and training. Nah, like he would seriously get hurt. Like I don't want to see Wilder fight anymore. Like nah, it's only gonna get worse from here. Broner, I feel like it'll get worse in a couple more fights, but Wilder is gonna get worse like immediately. Like
I know you both want to continue, but like what's that Boys to Men classic? End of the road, bro.
End of the motherfucking road.
It is, bro. Because Broner didn't have any. His hand speed was. I mean, he used to have hand speed. They look slow. It's like damn. Like it's just. I don't know.
Yeah, he was physically gifted at one point, but yeah, them gifts have diminished badly. Like they.
Yeah, you don't see the like Santiago was the last time you'll see Broner with some semblance of a hand speed. And
Santiago's on the co-main for the Matias fight.
Yeah, he's
wow.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, we gotta save those segues, nigga.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all that that was like, that's number one. Number two of lackluster boxing, and I'll let P lead into that because I can't bash it too much, but there's definitely some criticism. I know Android wants us to go in. So King P, lead us in.
All right, so let's get it. Your boy was at the Top Rank card, Puerto Rican Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? With myself, the Rican, with the other Ricans. And surprisingly, I will say the Ricans were well behaved. I was expecting worse. I was expecting them to wild out, but they were good. So
there was nothing for them to wild out.
Yeah, well, listen, honestly, that's the thing. Like you get a couple of Ricans and you don't give them something to wild out over, they'll find something to wild out over. So like they just get together and don't know how to act, but they were well behaved. So I thought the lull in action would make them worse, but it actually didn't. But you know what I'm saying? It was a good atmosphere. I'll say that. Shout out to Top Rank. They treated your boy well.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? They looked out, good seats. The atmosphere was good. It was structured well. It's like it wasn't some of the nonsense that in other cards you get. So at least everything was smooth sailing. MSG was good, so you know how that is. We went to other arenas where everything is madness. This is not madness, so I'll give them that.
And I covered
what I'm talking
about. I can co-sign that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Pat, because we went through that. We didn't go through that this time.
Right.
Shout out to Katie, always a very nice lady.
Yes, sir.
I was chopping up with her for a bit. She's friendly. She likes to talk. Cool people. So I don't want to go too hard on Top Rank for the card. I will offer this. I will say this, and this was my biggest issue. The pacing. And I feel like I've said this for Lord knows how long. Like, can you for once properly pace a card? Like, this is nonsense that every time we have these events, especially in New York, y'all don't know how to pace a card properly. First off, you could have cut half those fights. Like, some of those fights in the beginning were packs of mid. I mean, I like Ali Falik. Shout out to him. He's a young kid making it. Making his second fight appearance. I heard a lot about him. I've heard he's very talented. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, fight more in the future. especially because he's a local. And Facio Falcone, another local. So, I'm cool to see them. But also, why did we start at 7 o'clock? That was actually one of the things. Like, we started at 7 o'clock. So you would think, okay, if we started at 7, we'll have a couple of cards. We should get into the televised portion by 10 o'clock. This fight stretched like Dawson, Mr. Fantastic type stretch. Like these arms just kept stretching and stretching. And it was just like, yo, dog, like, why are we doing like, okay, the fight's over, move on to the next one. There was no need for them to wait 20 minutes or half hour to start the next fight. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Y'all wanted it to start at a specific time. But if that other fight ended early, just move forward. Like, it's ridiculous that we always have to complain about the timing of these fights and the card. Like, there was no reason why that event should have ended at 1 o'clock at night. 1 o'clock at night. That is unacceptable. And I feel like we keep saying this and it falls on deaf ears.
Hell yeah.
Yo, that's crazy because like the Broner card was damn. I think the main event, I almost like woke up too late for that. So I took a little nap or some shit happened. And I'm like, damn, I think the main event was starting at like 9:30. Like,
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's crazy. Like, but yeah, Top Rank be killing it with them damn vampire cards, yo.
Yes, the vampire cards. It's ridiculous.
Here's my thing.
Hold on. I was gonna say one last thing.
Okay.
And I wasn't there. I couldn't hear it because I was there. But I was texted a couple of times about certain things that were said. If Top Rank is gonna have Mark Kriegel do these interviews, can you tell him to have some goddamn sense and ask better fucking questions, please? Like, it's ridiculous the things that he says because it's so stupid. Like, I've questioned his interviewer skills for a while, but like, he's just straight awful. He sucks. Pause. He asks the dumbest questions. Nothing he says makes any sense. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that one of these fighters don't steal off on him because of the stupid things he asks. Like, please, if you're not going to get somebody better than Kriegel, prep him better to ask better fucking questions. Damn it.
Yeah. No,
right,
that's among other things too. Is like you have the top pound for pound fighter in the world in your venue, and you have him over there. You're sitting next to him, and you can't ask him any decent questions. Like, I mean, is it that hard to prep to ask? I mean, Monster has so much going on in that we reiterate verbatim, like what's going on in his pugilistic life, but you can't ask him anything like that's even decent. Like, are you serious? Like,
nah, man. These niggas, they don't want Monster to shine, bro. Come on, man.
And they had him there. They didn't even have him front row. They had him out like he was one of them regular.
Bored.
They had him.
That nigga was bored. They couldn't have him throw out no first pitch. They got him up in the nosebleeds at baseball games. Like, and they treat this nigga like a nobody.
I see Karma in the comments. Shout out to Karma. Broner's fight wasn't originally the main event.
Yeah, we just hoped it happened. Like, remember the flyer said if he shows up. But my whole point was that was the card was being sold off his name in that fight and their antics. But you got that fight at like 9:30, 9:45, which is the time niggas really want to see main events, yo. Like, or at least one of the co-mains, or the fights that we want to see. Like, no one's trying to see the fucking mid-Carter damn and NBA development league ass niggas at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like, nah, y'all had y'all time at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, motherfucker. Like, now it's time for the up there motherfuckers, the niggas who the Showtime niggas. You know what I mean? Like, the ones who made it.
And that's the problem that Top Rank is starting. It's there now. I mean, obviously, we've called it out before in the past. Obviously, they'll either have a fire main event and the rest are kind of nonsense, or a Fire co-main, but the main event is trash, and then the undercard before that is just the usual showcase, jobber festival, however you want to call it. But on this card, there was just like no redeeming qualities. Like it started from the main event. Like I get it. Like Top Rank has a lot invested in Xander Zayas and everything like that. But I'm starting not to see it in dude. Like I'm just like he's starting to like. I'm like nah. This is not.
I actually want to hear this because I had a good discussion with Lukey yesterday. So y'all tell me what is it about Zayas y'all don't see? I want to hear this.
I'll tell you. Because I was there, so I'll say this. And I actually was having this conversation with people that were there we were just talking. Zayas is a kid that one still hasn't grown into his man strength. You know, it is what it is. But he's a guy that has some boxing skills that he'll box with you. He'll like in mid-range jab you, counter you sometimes. Employ movement. But goddamn, he has no sense of aggression or killer instinct at all.
That's perfectly well said. Yeah, it's like, and this is Patrick Teixeira. I mean, I get Teixeira is he does have a man of danger, but come on, like I mean, at least act like you want to put him away. Brian Castano, like at the end of the fight, damn near had him ready to go and was beating the shit out of him.
And here's the thing. This is a Patrick Teixeira that. This is his first. He hasn't fought at 154 in like 4 years. Mm-hmm. He's been fighting at as high as 168. In his last fight, he was at 170. He came in at 170. So the guy came in and he was clearly drained. Like you can't coming back down that many pounds after 4 years, and he looked lackadaisical. He looked old, and for all that Zayas was touching him, he did not at one point ever really hurt him. I did not see one point where Teixeira was seriously hurt or on the road.
He buzzed him real good. I think within the last 2 rounds.
In the 12th round, that was the most that he had hurt Teixeira, and I didn't even feel Teixeira was ready to go. And even if he was ready to go,
I feel like it was a good wake him up shot. Like, oh shit, this kick to hit.
But here's the thing. Even if he was ready to go, Xanders was never going to put him away because he's not just going to bring it to him. He's not going to be aggressive and try to finish him. He's just going to I'm going to punch you, like hit you with the hard right, hit you with the left hook. All the punches were there, but nothing was really like wasn't a lot of authority behind it. It was just it was lackadaisical.
It didn't make for good TV because it was boring. Like it was. I'm over here thinking like, yeah, this is like I'm not like you like they gave you Teixeira for a reason. I'm not looking for a, like as LB would say, a sweet sciencing moment. Like that's which is what it was.
Hey, I'll sum it up like this.
I'll say this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just got a quick bar. I'm gonna just get off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just said this yesterday. Because Lukey alluded that it's the reason why because we expect more from Zayas because the way he's marketed and billed, and that's the biggest problem. They're making him out to be the next Trinidad, but he's giving us Arnold Barbosa.
He's nowhere near Trinidad. Like this is not even.
But that's how they're presenting him. He's not even Walmart. But look how they're presenting him.
Yeah, it's like he's following like this lineage, but like Cotto, all of them, like no, Cotto even before he disgraced himself, Cotto was actually doing what he was supposed to do on the build. Like he was getting rid of people, he was beating up people. Like this is like it's nothing like Zayas is actually doing.
And the worst part was like let's say the worst part. One thing that I get a little annoyed at was. In the post-fight presser, we talked about, we talked to Zayas about like his, going into the match, like his plans, anything, like any adjustments he was trying to make. And if there was any concerted effort to get him out of there at any point. And he basically just credited Teixeira for being too crafty and too tricky and that he was just in survival mode and didn't want to engage. But it's like, okay, that's all well, but why are you not like you're up? You are clearly up in the cards. This is a big event, Puerto Rico. You're repping for Puerto Rico. It's Puerto Rican Day event. Like, why don't you send these fans home happy? You're not going to lose on any of the cards. He wasn't in danger of knocking you out with anything. Why don't you at least try to step on the gas in the past 3 rounds and try to actually get him out of there and make a statement? Like it's too. We see too much of these fighters that just are just too. Okay, you know what? He don't want to engage, so I'm not going to engage either. The gentleman's agreement. I'm here. He's going to run, and I'm just going to chase you around casually. La 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 la. Like, oh no, I'm not going to put my
agreed. Facts.
Like, I'm gonna just be in cruise control. You know what I'm saying? The speed limit is 30. I'm gonna just do 30. You know what I'm
Talk
saying?
to them niggas.
Yeah.
He's
talk to them niggas.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's around. You know what I'm saying? It's we're on the highway. I could go 70, but I'm gonna just do the bare minimum 55. La 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 la. Like, bro, that is boring.
Here's my thing. I know.
Like, you know what? I didn't find the fight boring.
No, it wasn't boring.
But I felt it was like, I mean, it was missing a second gear. Like,
it was missing second gear.
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong. What's his name? Teixeira was being crafty, and he was fighting back. Yeah. But it was never something where I felt like, okay, like he's making a real good stand. Zayas got to dig deep. It was nothing that Zayas couldn't overcome. So I agree with you. The one thing I give credit to Zayas, I like that his work rate never dropped off. He is steady, and that's missing in a lot of young fighters. So that's why it also kind of looks that he's lacking that killer instinct where it's like, you got the work rate, so I don't think it's a stamina issue. Like, you got the output.
I mean, that's the annoying thing about it. It doesn't drop off, but it doesn't pick up either. And it's like there's a time for cruise control, and there's a time that you just got to pick it up and just do something.
No, I agree. But if we're trying to, I guess, and I hate because this sounds like these niggas, and this is a voting year. So we're going to hear this 1,000 more times until whatever the fuck, November. If we had to choose the lesser of two evils.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Give me the guy who's going to have the steady work rate that doesn't drop off over the guy who peaks and valleys and he'll give you 12 punches one round.
He keeps
50 punches the next round.
Well, here's my thing with Zayas. Zayas says, he's young enough, he's 21. And I know he grew out of 147. He started at 147. His power hasn't really been there at 154. I mean,
his power is there. Like, you hear his shots. He's just not.
I mean, did you see the Jahai Tucker fight?
Sitting down on everyone. Like, he's not fucking
Did you see
temperament.
Did you see the Jahai Tucker fight against Quincy Levelis?
Of course.
So if you recall, maybe a couple years ago, Zayas fought that guy, and he couldn't stop him. Jahai rocked him more. I'm just saying, Jahai in that fight.
Once again, he probably could have stopped him if he had actually made a concerted effort to step on the gas.
No, he was trying. Zayas was trying to stop him in that fight.
He was fake trying. That was one of those.
Tucker was bullshitting too much.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like with Zayas, it was like with Zayas against him, it was I'm gonna just fake look like I'm making an effort to try to get him out of there, but not really picking up the pace or doing anything that would actually help in getting him out of there. It was fake aggression.
Because Tucker, then it comes down to punch selection. So yeah, I get what King P said.
And then Tucker was just, that was a rough fight, honestly. Tucker really beat him.
I mean, Tucker won that too. But yeah.
And then and like the shoot, Shushu did what he was supposed to, and he got him out of there, But it's like. Number one, Top Rank, I get it. I mean, Shushu gave Monster his respect, and as he should. But Top Rank needs to be very careful not to rush him into a fight that he has no business being in. Like
they're making this his whole identity, and I don't like that at all. And he's playing into it, and the American fans in their desperation to have King Kong go against Godzilla, these niggas is overplaying it.
So,
Like,
well,
let this guy make his
you are-
career, get
I
his
will
ass
say
out.
Let me ask you real quick.
I will say this because I was there with the press conference with him. To Shushu's credit, he is like he's saying all the right things. I'll say that. And he even said, listen, I would welcome a fight anyway. I would love it, but he's not going to go seeking it. He's not going to be pressing the issue right now. His main issue is getting a title fight at 126. He can't force Inoue to do anything. Inoue is going to do what he wants to do. He understands that. He respects that. So right now, he's focusing on his own path. He wants a title fight. He wants the big fight.
Would he beat Venado Lopez? Or did he hit the fight like a Joe level first? You know,
not yet. At this point,
how about you, Pat? Do you think he could beat Venado Lopez or no? Not yet. Just jump into
Do I think he could beat Venado Lopez?
Not yet.
Should he fight a Baez Villa first, and then you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Lopez. I mean, Lopez right now is on a hot streak right now.
I know, but he's been beat.
Because honestly, one of the issues is I feel that sometimes Shushu takes a bit to get going. He's another one that's a slow starter and gets touched up sometimes, like by people that really shouldn't be touching him up. Pause. Like this dude, De Gracia was actually touching him up more than I thought he would. I'm like, wait, why is he running into these shots? Like,
but monster.
He's being reckless. Like, and even like, because I was there and his team was like, yo, like, slow it down. Like, he was being mad reckless and mad antsy. And even his corner was just like not feeling that.
He needs to use a jab.
He gets a little antsy is the right word. He gets very antsy.
Yeah.
And that shows even when he's like really trying to get the guy out of there or like put pressure on him and walk him down. It's like, that's good. I like to see that, but be more methodical. Like, don't just be reckless and rush up and just put a bunch of punches together that against a better fighter, he'll punch right with you and you might be hurt if it's an actual puncher. Like, if Shushu's fighting an actual puncher, I'd be kind of worried, to be honest with you, because he's going to leave himself open in exchanges because he's too reckless, and who knows what his chin will be like. We'll find out what his chin will be like soon enough. I'll say that.
You don't want to let him find out against Monster.
Yes,
get Monster right away. I mean, the thing is, he's older. He's 27. He only has 12 fights or 13 fights, and he's 27. He's an older quote unquote prospender. I like to say, you know what I'm saying? He's like right on the cusp of being a contender. So I don't know if he's ready for. I mean, I think he would beat a Joet Gonzalez or a Villa or Eduardo Baez or one of those guys.
Villa would be tricky for. That's actually a good fight for Shushu.
He probably wins a decision.
I mean, all three of those fights are good fights, actually.
But I feel like the way they're him doing his Black Poppy that New York City acting like he's Puerto Rican.
Well, I mean, listen, some people were upset at that. A couple of people actually texted me to ask me what I thought about the Puerto Rican thing. I didn't mind. I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny. So I got a laugh out of it, but I can see why some people would have an issue with it, because then the problem is Top Rank always goes a little too overboard with that. Like,
as long as it's a one-time thing. If it's a one-off, it's fine. But if he continues that shit, then it's kind of like
but I mean, like his whole team was wearing Puerto Rico tracksuits with like Malcolm X hats, which was actually kind of funny. Like, but cool.
Nasty work. I'm sorry.
I was like,
that's nasty work.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, they doing the Boricua Morena. I'm like, okay, you know what? Cool. I'm all right with it. I'll allow it.
But the thing is, there's something there with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people on timeline are trying to compare him.
I think he has potential, and he's moving along nicely, but he's not ready for these big fights. He still needs a couple more fights and to like slightly tune a couple things. There's some things he needs to work on.
NBA players, Damian Lillard called him the Crawford, and I've seen a few.
And that was stupid. Please, like, honestly, I like that Dame is an actual, like, he really does like the sport and is really a fan of the sport, but he got to stop saying really stupid things. Sometimes, like, some of the things he said were nonsensical. Like, I've seen like him want fights that don't make any sense. I still never forget when he said with the Monster, "I'm not sold." I'm like, all right, we're getting a little too much. So I like his enthusiasm, but this is a case of him just saying silly things. So
yeah.
Yeah, stop the Tank Bud comparisons for any counter puncher, quote unquote knockout artist. Just stop that shit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
Yeah, let these niggas get some more fights before we start comparing them to other dudes who's like Hall of Famers and shit.
Also, Pilot, I honestly heard you say that, but like honestly, that's kind of getting a little annoying. It's funny, but it's annoying. How now? Why are we always like with every fighter? He's only this age. He's only that age. Like, and we make a joke about Jared Anderson. He's always look, I'm only 23. I'm like, yo, can we stop saying that? Like, oh, I'm only 23. I'm only 25. I'm only 21.
No, I'm saying,
what is it with this era?
Him being 27, it's like he's a little old for where he's at in a sense. You know what I mean?
No, it's just I'm only this age. I'm only that age.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay.
I'm only that, like nigga, like we're all only something. Like the fuck out of here. Like, but I think it's because these niggas' careers be taking so long to kick off. So it's like we start hearing numbers and we just start. He's only like yeah.
Also, another guy that I just don't think he's it. That he also fought before him. Tiger Johnson, I don't see it.
Yeah, he's starting to blow hot and cold. Pause.
He's spoiling on the vine a little bit.
I don't see it. No, it's not even spoiling on the vine. I'm starting to wonder if his level isn't what some people think it is.
He's basically.
Like, this is truly who he is.
No, I've called it a little bit. I think he's gonna eventually take a L like the Jahai Tucker L, where it's a close decision. Because there's been a few fights where like the decisions are like really like pretty close, and it's logically close.
And for the record, I don't know if y'all seen it, but at the event he was getting into it with Richardson.
Montana.
Hitchens.
Yeah, Montana.
No, Richardson Hitchens.
Hitchens.
He was getting into it with Hitchens. They was going back and forth and talking they shit, which I don't believe none of you motherfuckers. I don't want to hear Rich. I like Hitchens, but I'm not trying to hear all this tough talk from a guy that's just gonna go in and throw like fisted pillows and not fight aggressively. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up, yada yada, and then just goes and does backfoot boxing. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, unanimously decisions.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Yeah, no.
So more shit than the jab, nigga.
Yeah, like Top Rank has to realize, yes, they're in the enviable position that they're the only boxing promotion that's on regular TV. They don't run pay-per-views that often. They got
the biggest responsibility.
Yeah, they have no excuse to not put their best foot forward on their matchmaking instead of just relying. And again, like I said before, we called out just them having a main event or having a co-main event and everything else just be lackluster. Like honestly, there's not. I mean, outside of the Top Rank card in Japan, it's like Top Rank it's forgotten like how to make a compelling card domestically, like something that's from top to bottom, like. There should be some more. Like, if you're gonna have all your prospects, I mean, I get it, you give your prospects some shine. Some of them are more than ready for a step up in competition. So to make it so it's not like it's another showcase fight. And then, like I said, the main event that we had right now, it just was it didn't hit. It wasn't, and I won't be surprised if it gets low rated.
What do y'all give? Because I mean. I'm going to be a little positive with Zayas. He is 21 and he did handle his first southpaw who's a former champion. I know
my goodness.
I'm just saying, like, like a B, a C plus.
It's like he's missing that killer instinct. He gets like a B, like it's
C plus B minus.
It's a B minus for me.
Like it's just a solid B. Like he shows glimpses of like potential where he could be higher than what he looks, but I just kind of felt like he's been at the division, like he's been around for a while, and it's like now I need to see him mix it up. You at 154, like which is always Sharks. I don't think like he can't afford to have this type of temperament if you're going to be at 154. Like
exactly,
these dudes are going to make you have to take them out, and if you're not willing to take them out and not that fake take them out shit where you kind of just you stay in front of the opponent and you throw the same two combinations each time and you don't really try to like dig to the body and
I would say he's a borderline, top 10, and like 11, 12 at 154. I mean, honestly, I do think he's a top. Yeah, I could see him being close to.
Yeah, he's like around like he's top 15, but that's the thing. Like he's looking kind of because you got to remember 154 is one of the divisions where it truly embodies boxing like theater of the unexpected.
It's a dangerous. It's literally a shark infested division.
It only takes one night somebody could have their best game, their best night, and they could become a world champion, or they could be the underdog and do some crazy shit.
Upset the apple cart. Yeah,
you see that at 154 more than anywhere else. So you kind of got to be on your game and can't have dudes hang around for 10 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get Mike Jones.
Right.
So it's like, if you hit hard and you got that work rate, up it. Like, yeah, steady's good, but
maybe you got to pick his shots better because he got the pop and the power.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got to pick his shots better. I don't know if the power isn't really there.
He needed to be digging to the body, bro. Like he was right there. Like a guy like Spence would have stopped this dude. Or he fights in the manner that would have stopped him.
Right.
If that's a better, way to put it. But yeah, like I just want to see Zayas like, step it up. He's solid, but they billing you as a superstar. They putting you on Puerto Rican weekend and all that shit, nigga.
Would he definitely beat Vito? Vito Manecki just signed with them. Would he definitely beat Vito, or is that a good fight?
That's 50-50. But I don't know. Like
I lean Zayas, but
I think I might lean towards Zayas.
I lean Zayas, but it's a good fight though. They should eventually make, I think, right?
Yeah, because Vito.
I lean Zayas because Milnicki is not good at all.
Because Vito, this would be the poor man's Ramos versus what's his name? Damn,
Crowley.
No, Ramos versus the white kid, yo.
Oh, Spencer.
Spencer, yes.
Oh, yeah, that guy hasn't been on TV since.
This is a great value, Ramos versus Spencer. If you make Zayas Vito. Like Zayas would be like maybe the favorite to me 60-40. But Milonaki, he might come off more talented, but I don't think he's getting the most out of his abilities and talent. Whereas I feel like Zayas is like he has the foundation to give more. But his talent and temperament they ain't running parallel. They're not going together because he got the fitness, he got the ability. Like he need to be like really steamrolling niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Joel Julio, was buzzing harder.
Yeah, there he was.
Yeah, that's a throwback name. If you know, you know. But remember, he was on these ESPN cards getting dudes the fuck up out of there.
Yep. I mean, him knocking out K9 was one of my favorite. Like that put a big smile on my face. Like, cause he beat the shit out of K9.
Yeah, he had fought Uma too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. He had some fights until he ran into that one nigga that Cotto ran over, literally.
Yeah. And now, of course, Joel Julio still fights though, but it's nothing.
Oh wow!
That's crazy. It's actually more sad than anything because he's clearly lost several steps.
Damn. That's messed up.
But yeah, Top Rank before you segue into the 10 card. Yeah, Top Rank. Y'all have to put on, like y'all have to be consistent with your cards and who you're putting on them in your matchmaking. Like you can't sit on your laurels and be like, oh yeah, because we're the only ESPN subsidizes our cards and stuff like that. Like no, because people are going to turn off, and you don't want people to turn off because then you're gonna end up trying to find another home again.
They kind of ruined the Teofimo Shakur Thursday nights had a lot of spotlight, and they ruined that shit for casuals. So
this is the thing. they ruined it, but they didn't try to fix it either. Both of those guys should be in better fights, and they're not fighting better opponents.
They're fighting similar level guys they just fought.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, like, what's the problem here? Like, match these guys up against each other. Like, I'm tired of these damn off-brand, like
Muratala's fighting Tevin Farmer next, you know, like
these side mission fights, yo. Like, these are like okay, like you'll level up a little bit when you go this path, but it's not the main story. Like, no, like give these niggas some main story fights. Like, I feel like these fights just go nowhere. Like,
yeah, because and they have at least four fights four cards coming up, but like no one's fighting, with the exception of Oshaki Foster. No one is fighting anyone they're supposed to be fighting. Like, that's on their level, and that's the sad part.
Yeah, and it's like all these guys are young, like, you know, and that's one thing I'll give PBC. Like, they somehow the matches are just more compelling, like from top to bottom. I saw a tweet out there, and I think somebody was saying that the PBC's preview free cards are like of the same quality or are of higher caliber
of the main
quality.
Yeah. I saw that too. And for this one, that's for this card like that, they're not even lying either. Like, for the previews for
the previews for the Zoo Fundora, the previews for that fight,
Bohachuk Mendoza would be
better than this whole card.
Bohachuk Mendoza is a better main event you're going to see on Top Rank maybe all year.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's just about that's a better main event than what Top Rank's been doing.
Yeah, I mean,
and they got the ability to do better. So I just want to see better.
Exactly. So, but hopefully, it's either that or we gotta start praying that there's upsets that happen all over the place, and Top Rank has to be forced to make better choices with their matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been having some upsets this year, so
I mean, Navarrete got upset, so that's so it's like.
But you know what? That was more one of those. We talked about this, and I don't want to digress too much, but like he was getting stale, so hey, let's give him the upset. Mm-hmm. And you know how they kind of do that on fighters who, if they're not looking dynamic anymore, they're just winning fights, but they're not like winning fights. Mm-hmm. And the fights are getting more competitive, not necessarily closer, but sometimes more competitive, closer. You know, the rounds start going against them, and then voila, they get upset, they lose. Mm-hmm. And they don't even lose big or nothing.
Yeah.
So and it's like you don't want those to start happening, and you damn sure don't want the damn what's that guy? Those Kiko Martinez type upsets where dude just turning around and just beat your ass.
Right. Yeah, I mean, imagine if in next month Tevin Farmer beats the shit out of Muratala. That's a huge upset. Like,
and that could have been an opponent for a Shakur Stevenson,
right?
So, or what's his name, or a Tiafimo.
Exactly. So I mean, well, they're gonna learn. I mean, like I said, with these cards, I mean, I definitely expect there's gonna be one major upset in the next 3 or 4 TR cards. Like I just see it because it's like you can't keep tempting boxing gods like that and then eventually boxing gods don't answer you. You know what I'm saying? But I think we gave the TR card enough bars as it is, man. So I know motherfuckers want to hear our thoughts on this Tank Frank Martin card that's next weekend, man. And as we mentioned before, and we're gonna go from top to bottom. But yeah, the we're getting 3 fights in the preview, and yes, they in those fights are better than last week's TR card. But since we're starting from top to bottom, the main event: Gervonta Tank Abdul Wahid Davis. Does he even go by Abdul Wahid anymore? Like it seemed like that was
I don't even know, bro. Like,
yeah, it seemed like being a Muslim was like a phase. Like he came and went, like because like I mean,
it was like temporary DLC for like the month. Like,
yeah,
it was like a new skin you put on your game character. Like, there was some new boxing trunks for fight night. You know what I mean?
yeah, and then but it seemed like once he
Hey, yo,
found
William Haney, man, you got all those gold chains and shit, my nigga. Put some in the super chat, bro.
facts though. But I mean, obviously, we have our thoughts on Tank and Frank Martin. Like Tank's coming off is gonna come off a long layoff because due to some legal issues, and then Frank Martin has been out since his win over Haratunian, and the Shakur fight fell through, or he didn't take the fight, and he's coming off basically a bad performance. So it's basically like both these guys have something to answer for. So I'll let it to you, LB. Like, so how do you think this fight's gonna go, and what's your prediction?
Man, why me first? Like, I'm like, let these new niggas get on. I mean, let them eat first. I mean, like, I want to hear what they gotta say.
All right, Pilot, what do you think about the fight? Wait, is that a private chat? Oh, this nigga stepped away. King P, your final thought? Oh, not your final.
Your final thought.
See, your thought about the Tank and Frank Martin fight?
It's a good fight. I've always liked this fight. Frank presents a different challenge to Tank. I think that his athleticism and his punch selection and his pop will kind of make things a little interesting for Tank. I think Tank isn't gonna just be able to just get him out of there with one punch like that easily, because Frank's not gonna walk into things. He's gonna set it up where it's like Tank is gonna have to work for that counter shot. But I think eventually it'll come. I think late in the fight, I think he'll get the timing down. I think he'll get Frank's some of his awkward movement, and I think Frank is going to push the fight at times. And I think when he tries to push the fight is when he's going to get clipped. And I'm going to say ninth round uppercut from hell, down for the count. He gets sent to the shadow realm. So
okay.
It's going to be a real good fight though, for as long as it lasts.
Yeah,
I say ninth round.
Yeah, I think Chris Brown agrees with you because he says Tank by brutal KO.
Damn.
AO Pilot.
It's not going to be an easy one.
Well, wait, what did LB pick? I stepped out my fault. What did LB?
No, he didn't pick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nah, I said let young niggas eat, man.
I've been thinking about this. The elephant in the room is this is Tank's first, African American slick boxer. If you want to call him slick, I'm just saying that's what I think adds intrigue in this. I think Frank Martin's best bet, honestly.
Black nigga with gloves ain't slick, nigga. Damn.
But I'm saying I feel like Frank Martin's best path to victory, unfortunately, would be similar. He'd have to make Tank chase him. Like, he has to fight in a sense like how Jermaine Ortiz fought Teofimo. But more active. But I'm just saying, like, bank on seeing if Tank can cut the ring off and chase him, and try chasing him, because I feel like if he engages in a firefight, he's gonna get got. So I think that's his best path. But I think Tank's IQ and everything in between is gonna prevail. I can see it really going like how Chris Brand said, a brutal KO, in a fifth round. But I could also see it being a really close fight on the cards. But officially decision, I'm gonna say Tank's gonna knock him out like in 7. I don't know. I just feel like Tank is hungry. Frank, the bright lights might be too much for Frank right now. He did struggle in that our team fight. Some people thought he lost. I think the knockdown got him the victory, secured him the victory. But Frank did, he's a late bloomer. He's done a good job. I mean, but I just think Tank's another level of a fighter, and Tank's gonna stop him. His IQ is too high, and he's gonna get him. Yeah.
What round?
A 7th round knockout.
Okay, I can see that too. I mean, basically, my thing. I think Tank is going to win by knockout, but my whole thing is, I just think Frank Martin is lacking the type of experience he probably needs to go into a ring with somebody like Tank. Like, I mean, I get he's a late bloomer, he's a former football player, and like he has shown solid athleticism, solid boxing skills, but it's just like. But that last fight of his just made me think, like, if he's having this much trouble with someone like this, what's he gonna do with someone like Tank? And if that, yeah, and this is where I struggle to see, like, I honestly, because I think what Frank has to do, he has to be able to put some rounds together. He has to be able to bank some rounds at least, and because honestly, that's probably his best way, because I don't see him knocking Tank has a really solid chin. Like, it's hard to buzz him. And I don't think Frank is that type of puncher either. So he's gonna have to really work and he's gonna have to keep Tank on his back foot, because Frank Martin is strong. Though he's
to wrestle. I mean, he has a wrestling background. I mean,
he's gonna have to find some way of either tying Tank up or keeping him on his back foot, because he's gonna have to be able to put together rounds after rounds at least, to get a decent thing, to get to at least get a decent build on the cards. But I just think that Tank, like I said, Tank will make the appropriate adjustments, or Tank will back foot box and lead him into a trap, similar to what he did to Rolly. And then because Frank Martin, like I said, he loses steam, because although he's gone 12 before, he does lose steam in the second half of the fight, and I just think Tank is going to lure him into a vicious counter and just brutally knock him out. I am picking round 8 for that to happen. I think Tank will get rid of him by 8. LB?
I can see where y'all coming from. I think I see this a little different though. Frank Martin is one of those guys where he got like the solid, like he's a great creative player type of boxer. Like he has about like above average, more like everything you need really. Like 1 through 10, his power maybe a 7.5. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Which is more than enough to do some damage on niggas.
I mean, there's a few times where it looked like an 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but he has a temperament of a guy with 8, which helps his case. Because we've seen him have gut checks. We've seen him fight guys that people thought were better than him. He's seen some different types of styles. I think he gets a lot of extra flack for his last fight. Because the thing is, like we celebrate Osaki Foster for the same shit damn Frank Martin did. So is it maybe Frank Martin underachieves? So I don't know, like, but I feel like I don't know if we'll see a knockout in this Tank fight. I think this would be like a Tank decision.
Tank decision. Okay, well, as you're saying that, I'm just going through the odds right now, of course. Currently, right now, if you're picking straight up money line, Tank is a minus 700 favorite. Frank Martin is a plus 480 underdog. Now we go to the method of victories. A Tank points or decision is plus 300. Tank KO is minus 175. A draw is plus 2400. Frank Martin points decision is plus 750, and the KO is plus 1400.
But the thing is, the reason why I say it'll go to decision, because Frank Martin, he's been buzzed. He's scrappy. He has the He has the skill set. He has good enough power. He's fast. He has quick hands. He's undefeated. Like, he just brings a different set of intangibles that I think Tank hasn't seen in a while.
And I can see that too.
He's not a flat-footed.
And Tank has even been a little nervous. Like, if you the interviews, and he even said it, like, with the whole, he was nervous with Ryan Garcia. Like,
I appreciate that because I prefer that.
I
prefer that over a guy like, no offense to Haney, calling Ryan a teacher TikToker and getting beat up all night. No, PEDs aside, I'm just saying, like, I appreciate, because a fighter's gonna be nervous. A fighter's gonna be. I mean, if you played sports or box, you're gonna be nervous before your event, before your game starts. So I'm just saying, like,
especially when they're dangerous.
Yeah.
And Ryan Garcia is dangerous.
Yeah. Tank said, I don't want to be hit with those punches. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be hit with those punches.
Yeah. And I think Frank Martin is dangerous, but more in the overall sense. Like you got to be like a Corrales type of nigga, like somebody who could just punch off rip. Like you got to have the approach where I think you got to just knock out Frank Martin early.
Right.
Could you see?
You just can't outbox him for stretches because he's too much of a fighter. Like,
could you see Frank getting
Kevin Alexander in him?
Could you see Frank getting a flash knockdown, LB? Could you see him Frank?
I can see them exchanging it. Like, honestly, we haven't got like a fight with a good fight with two Americans, like two niggas in like a good while, bro.
It's gonna be like a
on the world stage. Like
a poor man Zab Floyd the first four. Like a very poor man version.
We might get the fight that niggas thought Spence and Crawford was supposed to be. Meaning, like it's a good fight. Like, one dude might win, might be better, but you can see like both guys are on the level. Like niggas would say Spence ain't even belong with Crawford. I don't think you'll say that with this fight.
I mean, in my case, I said, Spence would absolutely positively lose to Crawford and get KO'd.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what the fight looked like. Shit, like Spence ain't look like he belonged with Crawford. Like, I don't think Frank Martin is gonna end up looking like he don't belong with Tank.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to be. Now, if it is, it'll be one of Tank's complete performances. Probably his most complete performance ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has like all the like. If a guy like Mario Barrios could be successful, have rounds, and damn, almost make Tank go life and death type shit, then Frank Martin definitely has a shot. If I was him, I would just box aggressively and do the in and out shit to kind of push Tank back, but then have Tank come to you sometimes.
And hoping that he gets kind of sloppy when he does come forward.
Yeah, and catch him in between, like, because he has the power, the speed, like, to do it. Wrap up if you have to, clinch, use that strength. But, I'm sure they went through all that. But that's just me, just a bullshit ass couch nigga type of strategy off the top of the head type shit. Not a couch nigga. Like, niggas know we box. Like, shit.
For that one, all I hope is, number one, the main event actually delivers in some fashion. It
will. Like, honestly, like this, we gonna see a good fight, bro. Like, I don't see how. Like, because if Frank Martin falls behind, Tank gonna pick it up to try to stop him. and he punched too hard to just let Tank do what he want. And I feel like if Tank falls behind, Frank Martin gonna pick it up because Tank punched too hard to just not try to hurt him.
Right.
And it's just a temperament. Like, black people, we need this fight, my nigga. I'm just being honest. Like, we don't see enough young, like, black stars or names, like, face each other on this stage. Like, we used to have it all the time in the 90s. And it's like, it's somehow, niggas, it's like it went, like, reverse hip-hop. It turned regional. Like, niggas is like, all right, we want you niggas against, these white dudes in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
We got you Caribbean niggas against these damn West Coast dudes. We got you New York guys against you Mexican guys from Texas. And then y'all took that game, y'all took that blueprint and took it to the world. Because then y'all was like, all right, so we got Russians going against British dudes. No, we're going to have Mexicans fight Russians. No, Mexicans versus British dudes. Africans versus Russians. Yeah, that worked. And it's like, yo, nigga, just match people up.
Right.
Because a lot of these times, these fights be right here good, but it's like I feel like they don't want to tap into the urban demographic and be like, yeah, let's make this fight. And I don't want to give Ryan Garcia credit, but he's been that one guy who's been fighting these niggas.
Hold on, let me ask you real quick before we get off this one. How would Frank Martin fare against whether it be Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney? Like, how would he like this? Like, I'm just wondering real quick. What do you think? Like,
based off their last fights?
Yeah, would he crack Devin Haney? Like, would he beat Devin Haney? Really? I mean, do you think?
I think he beat both.
Huh?
Because his work rate is steady, but then he's scrappy. Like a nigga who is above average and everything, but then he's scrappy. And he got that fighter in him, that dog in him, which Frank Martin has. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm always going to pick him against guys who don't really have the work rate. They kind of up and down. They don't really push moments. Like, Frank Martin, he knows that, like, it's like that James Tony Gerard fight. Like, when Freddie Roach was like, yo, man, you need to put this guy on his ass. What did James Tony do? Like,
put him in his ass in the last round.
That's what the game is missing. And I recall Frank Martin and them was like, I think Frank Martin needed to pick it up in his last fight.
He needed that art, the knockdown on the Artem fight because he needed that bad.
And honestly, that speaks to me. Like, when you're able to deliver, I mean, not everybody's like Crawford where they could knock the nigga out when they do that. Like,
just randomly, just come out of nowhere randomly.
Because, with the Sean Porter fight, or at least convince his father to stop the fight, if we want to be more technical. I don't need, well, actually,
this nigga.
But, if you could turn it on, you could turn it on, bro. Like, and Frank Martin, that might be his best ability, just being scrappy and having the talent to just be on the level with Tank. Sometimes that's all you need to have enough diplomatic advantage or diplomatic stake in a fight. Like, I look at this fight as like maybe 65-35 Tank, 60, maybe 60-40. I mean, 55-35 Tank.
55-45, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up, bro. But yeah, man, you get what I'm saying. Like, Tank the favorite, definitely. One thing I'll do mention real quick. The promotion for this fight is kind of just like, I don't know what it is.
It's non-existent.
Bro, the gloves off for like 15 minutes long. What the fuck is? I mean, it's good. It's well produced, but if y'all watch the two episodes, like one's 18 minutes, one's 14 minutes. Like, it's like long ass trailers now. What the fuck happened to the documentaries, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like, it's not hitting at all. It's not there. Like Pat said, it's non-existent. It just, it feels like we're like the Zoo Fundora fight, the Thurman, all of that shit. It felt like we got like a real introduction. I know Amazon was the main thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that set that off, but I feel like this fight is on soon. Like you go into like a place for wings, but then a nigga pulls you by the shoulder and be like, hey, come over here. Hey, we got ribs here too. Hey, check this out. We got ribs.
I mean, I think they're banking that just off take them, just trying to make it word of mouth. Oh, it's tank here, so yeah, we'll assume that most people will just buy the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just trying to sell it on some like we got you through the door with Zoo and Fundora. And yeah, you know this is Amazon, so hey, we got Tank. Hey, we got that Benavidez kid too. Hey, you heard of him? Yeah, we got two of the faces of boxing. Instead of really looking at it like, hey, you got two undefeated young fighters.
He also dropped Virgil Ortiz, William Haney. He dropped Virgil Ortiz in the Amis too.
Yeah, he had his foot behind him, bro. Like
Yeah.
he kind of strategically low key placed that there. Like I get it. Like nigga, we boxed two, and Virgil Ortiz even said it on there. Like niggas just hating. Like so, shout outs to Virgil Ortiz. But the whole downplay of Frank being Spence's fighter, but Frank being trained by damn what's his name?
It is kind of weird. A little bit.
Yeah. That's weird.
Derrick James.
Yeah, the Derrick James, like, boxing needs to stop with this whole, like, I want to keep a clean image when I'm promoting this shit. Like, fuck that. If niggas beefing, bring this shit up. Like, turn this shit up. Like, y'all did the same thing with...
No, I'm just reading Wendell's comment. He said, respectfully, the gloves off episodes on David Benavidez was pretty boring. I mean, they were both boring. Like both episodes.
Yeah,
were
but that's what I was about to say. Like, they did the same thing with Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. Like,
yeah,
they've been beefing, and the whole family had a beef and all that shit for years. And there's video documentation, all of that shit. And they did not play it up at all. It's just they just let it die and didn't say. And I'm just like tap into that shit. Like the internet, like y'all, the internet literally gives dudes the chance to be stars. So you don't think it's gonna fuel promotions?
Yeah. No, but instead, we got more an extended talk about Caleb's fucking shoe collection. Give two shits about this nigga's sneakers, bro. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, boring. Yeah, let me see when Caleb Plant smacked up the older Benavidez.
Right.
These niggas arguing, cracking jokes. All like, it's like, yo, like, bring that shit. Like, that's what we want to see. That's what's gonna push these fights. So, I know, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna wrap this up, God. Frank Martin has been like, he ain't really been selling the fight. I'm a yes and no on that. Like, one way you could look at it, like, all right, he's locked in, he's focused, he's zeroed in, he ain't really putting no extra effort and nothing else. He's trying to win this motherfucking fight. So, okay, I get that. But then this the thing on the reverse is when you finally get these big fights, these pay-per-views, you're on the world stage, world-class event, all that shit, yada, yada, yada. Good, solid card, top down, bottom, my nigga. If you're not, I'm not saying you have to be over the top, but if you're not really selling these fights or selling yourself or making yourself endearing to the public or, likable or just interesting, I would just even say just flat out interesting. Win or lose, if you win, it's like, it's more about, damn, Tank really must have fucked up. Like, what, this nigga, he was like, he having baby mama drama, he trying to release an album, like, what he was smoking, what was he doing? But if you know what I mean? But if you sell yourself or you tell your story or whatnot, or you're just more engaged or whatever the fuck, you want to call it. If you do that and you win, it's more of, yo, who's this Frank Martin nigga? Yo, this Frank Martin kid is nasty. Like, he's nice with it. Like, yo, God, like, he got hands. Like, yo, this nigga shooting fades. Like, so that's the thing, man. Like, just imagine if Dylan White would have beat Fury. It would have been, it wouldn't have been, so this the nigga Wilder was ducking. It would have been, damn, man, Fury, bro. Like, yo, like that Wilder fight took everything out of him. Like, he really wasn't shit. Like, yeah, this nigga, like, yeah, he garbage. Like, it wouldn't have been about Dylan White. So that's all I'm saying. Like, whenever you got a chance to sell your story, sell it. Like, just be engaging. Like, cause yeah, I mean, you don't know how the fight could be. This nigga can have the perfect 90 seconds and Tank could drop him and stop him in the first round, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You could be Ocampo Spence, nigga. Like, so that's all I'm saying. But yeah, we could get on to the next. But yeah, my official prediction is Tank by decision. Like, this might be like a damn Kawasaki Kessler type of fight. 116, 112. Tank having problems until he make a good adjustment, and Frank Martin just keeps being scrappy, but he never pulls ahead again.
Right. But and regarding the rest of the card, I mean, obviously there are other fights I think.
Agreed, Wendell.
Yeah, I think I think there are other fights on the card. Obviously, that I think that might be more one side, like the co-main. Like I mean, like I said, because I talked about it before, David Benavidez and Alexander Gvozdyk, and I get it. You know, Benavidez is going up to 175, and you know, apparently this is following a plan of His Excellency of some sort. You know, to give him, like, you know, he's going up to 175. Let's give him an interim title shot against Gvozdyk, who used to rule the light heavyweights briefly. But the problem with Gvozdyk is I have a hard time. Number one, like I said, I was there when he got pummeled by Better Beef. I saw the after effects. I saw everything on this. And, like, you know, he was badly hurt. He was damaged by Better Beef. So I know, yeah, I mean, and you know, he's made his comeback on of all things, Matchroom cards against low-level competition. But you're going from that to facing someone like Benavidez. And, you know, Gvozdyk is not young. He's like 37. Like, he's getting up.
He's a preserved 37, and he was the favorite against Better Beterbiev.
Yeah, and yes, and before he got stopped, he actually was winning the fight, but he just took too much of Beterbiev.
I mean, it is Beterbiev though. I mean, you know, I'm saying it is Beterbiev. I'm hearing people think Gvozdyk has a chance for real. I don't know. I'm hearing that.
I mean, there's a chance of
honestly, this is a good fight. Like, it's not being talked about like that, though.
But I mean, I'm because this is just my own, because I was there. I honestly think Benavidez will probably beat the shit out of him. Like, I just.
Oh wow!
Like I honestly
easy, like we're talking about like the Miguel Cotto, Carlos Quintana.
No, it's not. It's gonna accumulate. It's gonna be one of those accumulated beatings,
like the Lemieux fight for Benavidez, kind of.
Like almost like that, you know. But it might be. But Gvozdyk is tough. Is a little bit tougher than Lemieux was. I honestly think it's gonna be on that type of level. I just. And this is I just don't. I mean, there's a chance of upset, but I just see Gvozdyk. I think it's just Benavidez is just too much for him at this point.
I mean, Gvozdyk got power, and like, he's strong. You know, he could bomb.
Benavidez hasn't fought 175 in a while. I know people think this is his first fight. He's actually fought early, you know, a couple times there. Shouts out to Benavidez. He was on the $1 million worth of game. It was a pretty good episode.
But my decision, my prediction is I think Benavidez is going to get him out of there by like 8, somewhere around there. Like round 8 is my prediction.
Oh wow! Okay.
King P.
You know what? I actually think this goes the distance. I've been like going back and forth on it, and I think this goes the distance. Yes, we saw Better Beef did to Gvozdyk, but I mean, let's be real. Benavidez as much as I think highly of Benavidez, he ain't cracking like Beterbiev. Different levels of power and just that clubbing get you out of there with one shot. Like that's Beterbiev. Like Benavidez is gonna have to be aggressive and put his punches together and just be Benavidez. Like Benavidez isn't cracking like Beterbiev. Maybe a late stoppage if he like wears him out. Pause. Like, but like Vaznik is 37, but I don't think he's an old 37. He took some time off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's preserved. Like he ain't that old like that.
He was active. He fought 3 times, so I'll give that. He's active, and I just don't think he's going to be there to just lay down. Pause. Like, and Benavidez coming up at 175, so we'll see what he looks like in his first fight at 175 since he first started. Like, so like I said, I think he's going to win. I got Benavidez in a unanimous decision. I think maybe he'll even hurt him at the end, but I don't off accumulation. But I don't think he'll stop Bosnick. Bosnick is crafty enough that he'll be able to survive. So I got UD by Benavidez.
Scores
like 117, 111. Like I think he'll beat Bosnick clearly. He just won't stop him.
Hold on. Well, okay, so let me ask you this: you think will the rounds Vaznik wins because they'll like maybe 3 rounds?
They'll be competitive. He will be competitive. I will say that.
Will he win his rounds big though, or it'll just be like he just outworked him or he landed a better shot that round?
I think there will be rounds where Benavidez gets it off of work rate, and then I think there will be a couple rounds. I think at the end is where Benavidez is really going to pull away and like win those rounds with authority.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Pilot, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, this is a very intriguing fight. Shouts out to I know PBC, the Prime is kind of looking a little weird. That's why they're stacking these cards because they ain't getting funded because Benavidez Vaznik would probably be a main event. I don't know if it'd be a pay-per-view main event, but it'd be a main event. At least a triple header. It's a really intriguing fight. Benavidez, I don't know. I feel like this guy's work ethic, being a fat kid, determined. He looked like literally the Rock character, the Rock cartoon character when he was a kid. Y'all saw he looks like, what I'm saying? He's came a long way. And I think it's testament to his work ethic. I know he's dropped, he lost the belt a couple times, on the scales, different kind of scales, but
different kind of scales.
And he's the youngest super middleweight champion. I know he didn't. People talk about the gravel fights and he getting dropped. He was really young in those fights, and he's improved. Ever since. I feel like he has improved. He had one of the better years of 2023. And I think it's just going to be a little too much for Vaznik. I think Vaznik will have some success. Because Benavidez kind of, I'm saying he's a slow starter, but he kind of, a couple first rounds kind of just lets things go. But I think he's going to overwhelm him, kind of similar to what Pat thinks. It might be a Lemieux type of situation where he's just going to, be too fast, too strong. I don't know about big. I think they're about the same size, right? Probably, roughly.
Yeah.
I'm still laughing at you, Pilot. I ain't even gonna lie. He said it wasn't the weight scale, it was the fish scale.
Yeah. But I'm gonna pick Benavidez by a stoppage, probably in round 9.
Karma said he's never gonna let us forget that he was fat. I mean, I wouldn't either, man.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, you're like 300 pounds type shit.
I mean, it's testament to his work ethic because he always talks about it, on the Gillian Wallow.
That's the thing. It's like you gotta move on. I feel like there's certain lines your career got to move past.
The Mendoza run the game was good, but he brought it up again about him being fat.
He's on some punch shit. I lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live.
But yeah, I think I could again both these events are intriguing. Both the main and the co-main are intriguing because the element of the unknown in a sense because Cobbs, he did have the loss to better beef, but he's been a beast. you know, and he is legit probably a top 5 at 175 to be honest. Still, but I think Benavidez will handle him.
All right, LB, what about you? I mean, did you gave a prediction already or no?
Oh, my bad, yo. I got a call real quick. I feel like this is a good fight. It's probably the most slept on fight of the card. I kind of feel like we're looking at it like Benavidez already won. That's how it kind of feels. I mean, the whole card feels like, I mean, the co-main and the main feel like that when it's like, it's one of those intangible fights. And I think just his momentum, the youth, the boxing ability, combinations, all of that, and he's just steadily improving. Benavidez wins that, but I don't know if he'll just do enough where he'll beat the shit out of Bostic and just get him out of there. Like, I think he might drop him late or something, but I kind of see how King P see this shit. Like, this fight screaming decision. But I feel like it could be more in the 116, 112 round. Like, Vazic could make it a better competitive, like, it low key, like, as far as action goes and ebb and flow and pacing, this might be the fight of the night. But yeah, David Benavidez by unanimous decision, 116, 112 twice, and 117, 111.
Damn, you're picking no KOs in these codes in these.
Because it's like the fights, like it's different types of circumstances in these fights, yo. Shit, when you get to the first two fights, I actually think KOs are happening to them.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is Decision City on this card.
Yeah, like when you have even
a couple.
Yeah, when you have well balanced, like well matched up fights, you'll get that. Look at the 5-on-5.
I definitely think that Adames Cachet fight is going the distance. That does not scream knockout to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's the only one of the fights I actually like. That's actually going distance because
it has like the most punch ability in that fight.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, and it's the fight that I say I'm not excited about the fight because Cachet has never really. I mean, Cachet has his moments, but the problem is his best career moments are moments. They're not necessarily wins. They're like
he could hurt you, but he's never gonna like capitalize on it. Like,
I mean, the closest thing he's had to that is the Trout fight, and that's like the only fight where you see dude was like literally the fight was like dude was actually fighting, and Trout
and
was
he got a draw in that.
Yeah, and Trout was having one of his bad days.
Yeah,
but
he need to have another one of those good days in this fight if he's trying to win this shit.
Yeah, because I mean I get it because he's moving up and it's like because he's been through the 154 gauntlet and it hasn't been working for him, and then he has Adames who I side eye. Of course, I mentioned before since it's a Sheriff fight. I'm not a believer in him, and I could easily see him lose. I could see him losing it like on an upset, if But one thing about at least with Adames is he will throw his hands and he will keep busy. His work will be busy. But
now the thing is with that, he's a busy nigga that be getting hurt his damn self.
That's also true.
And he was getting buzzed way too many times by J-Rock. So
he's
I
busy,
feel like
but he's a busy, slow starter, if that makes sense, though. Because he be starting slow, and then he just picks up as things go along.
And then he be up and down from there and explosive at the same time.
Before he gasses out, before the Platanos take control.
But yeah, and Cachet, in order for Cachet to win this fight, he has to stop looking for counters. He has to stop. He actually has to let his.
But that's his game. If he's going to do that, punch with him and clip him because he could knock Adames out,
Yeah, of course he can.
but
Gachet's
he's not going to throw his punches enough to do it. So he has to like bank on some. He has to turn into Peter Quillen and Danny Garcia for one night.
But he's not. Gachet is one of those, what I've talked about, one of those, I'm going to throw a punch, I'm a counter, but it's got to be the perfect opportunity. And if it's not, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to just wait for it. And then when that perfect opportunity comes, like, bro, like, just make the opportunity. It's not, just stop waiting for it. That's annoying, but that's Gachet.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, yeah, I mean, I actually think Adames will just win one of them struggle decisions. And it might be a decision, though, I can see it could be a fight of the night type of fight if both guys have their minds right, but most likely not.
That's not going to be a fight of the night. No way.
No, it has a possibility because they're former 154 pounders.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to say fight of the night in potential only, but in all practical.
Yeah, in potential, yeah. Because the reason why I say it has potential because I look at the temperaments, and Adames, he one of those guys where he puts his punches together, and he'll push it. If he got you hurt, and if he hurts Goucher, that might make Goucher more dangerous, or that might make him fight back. Mm-hmm. It might turn into I have to throw punches, or this dude will knock me out. Now Goucher got a good chin. But you never know.
Right. I mean, he hasn't been stopped yet. So if Adames stopped, if Adames actually stopped him, that would actually be okay. That would actually speak volumes.
It would be a good look because Gachet didn't even get stopped by Zhu, and Zhu is a better puncher than Adames, especially the way he puts his punches together.
He dropped Zhu in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's what he has going for him. Like. And then a guy like Adames, like he's vulnerable the whole fight, like the way he fights.
Yeah, his name is he's mid Damas. He's all right, but he's
But he'll have moments where he'll look great though.
Like I want to see him versus Lara. You know what I'm saying? For a unification. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would like to see that fight.
Lara gonna get packed up by Elijah Garcia.
Well, we hope though, because either way,
is Elijah Garcia fighting on this card?
Yeah,
Tyrone Davis.
So they really making that fight. I thought that would never happen.
Yeah, he's the main event for the YouTube Prime, the YouTube.
Yeah, that's a real good fight.
Oh shit, that's a good fucking fight.
Yeah, and then of course on the round out the main card is the 140 Gary Russ, Angry Fist facing Alberto Puello, who I am not high on. And that should also probably be fairly one-sided too, in my
opinion. An Angry Fist stop.
It's a WBC interim. It's supposed to be a WBC interim title fight.
Yeah, that's just the fancy way of saying they're gonna fight the winner of Haney and Sandor Martin.
Yeah, basically
for the actual belt
eventually.
But yeah, this fight. I mean, that fight doesn't need an interim belt. It's just these are who are fighting next. And honestly, 140 Gary Rush should beat the shit out of Puello. Like
he should stop. He better. I mean,
this might be the only KO.
He better. I mean, he should.
Late stoppage, 10th round stoppage.
Yeah, I have a 10, like around 10 too, because Puello knows how to survive. But I do think 140 Gary Rush will close the show.
I say JR and 8 for me.
Yeah, and Puello is one of those hittable survivors.
He is tough. He is tougher than he looks, though. I will give him that.
He is, but he don't have no offense that's going to really stifle niggas either.
Yeah, which is why I was outraged. Okay. Which is why I was so outraged that that dude actually got the nod over Akhmadov, which I just did not see.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Akhmadov was one of those fighters that is a draw fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those guys. He's that style, man.
Don't tell that to Pat.
Akhmadov is a more entertaining fighter. He's more entertaining to watch play. I to this day I just don't see how he won that damn fight. But that's let me not digress because I can go off on Akhmadov being shafted. Well, I won't Sims beat him, and I had no problem with that one. But everything else is just like no. So, But yeah, that rounds out the main card, and then the preview card. I mean, Elijah Garcia and Tyrone Davis, like that in itself. These are the type of fights that Top Rank should be putting together.
Nigga, that's the main event on Top Rank.
Yeah, and Elijah Garcia.
I'm talking like a real main event that starts at like 11 o'clock main event.
Right. I think the free views for this start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I think.
Oh wow, the bomba club.
This is PBC on Prime, bro. Yeah. Usually they start at 6:30, but now I think they start at 5:30 this time because it's 3 fights instead of 2.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know, but but I look forward to that because Elijah Garcia, though, he has power in both hands. He's scrappy. He comes to fight, though. Although I still think he eats too many clean punches for my liking. Like, bro has to know that there's something like defense. Like, it's good to move your head or take some steam off punches.
And he has defense. He'll use it. It's just the temperament. It just seemed like he's more concerned with the offense.
Right.
Like, if you'll see him move his head, and he won't get hit with like every shot or like the big ones, but there's some joints where it's like, damn, dude, you shouldn't have got hit with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, and like his last fight, I'm just like, geez, like, I mean, I get, dude, as you want to prove you're tough, but you shouldn't be taking all these clean ass shots.
You don't want to you don't want to get that whole Oscar Valdez mentality where, you're having harder fights than you should with guys that you're better than.
Exactly.
If you're a puncher, you want to set it up where you get the most at your power and take the least amount of punishment from dudes. You don't want to be just wailing on guys and getting hit and snapped with jabs throughout the fight. Like, the fuck that.
But like I said, that's Tyrone Davis. Tyrone Davis, though. I mean, hopefully, the beating he took from Benavidez didn't, take a lot out of him, because it was a pretty steady beating, So I mean, Tyrone Davis is a good enough fighter to at least give Garcia some, some second looks at least, or maybe even, because I mean, his best performance was when he got that draw of Anthony Durrell, which was like, to me, it was like, what the fuck, like, why did that even happen? Like, a draw happened in that fight, And of course, that was, that's when we knew like Anthony Durrell was declining as a fighter, like really declining. When someone like with Tyrone Davis' record was actually give him that much trouble. But like I said, this is a perfect. But like I said, this is a perfect fight for, for PBC to lead off with, give niggas for free, and then they added Maxayo and Eduardo Ramirez, Now, how competitive that's going to be, because Ramirez, though, has not impressed me in a while. And, of course, I wasn't a fan of him, PBC bringing him up to go fight Cruz at a different division. That shouldn't have never happened. And Maxayo is coming off that viral one-punch KO over, where dude landed a sweeping left hook and dude drops immediately unconscious underneath the bottom rope on the apron, like coffin work. So, like, I mean, if anything, like, there might be a scrap there, and I think the opener for that was it Ramon Villa? I guess makes his comeback from the boots beating. He's I guess he's facing another Mexican slugger on there. So yeah, I mean, at the most, the three fights should kind of wet the whistle for what will go down on the main card, But yeah, it'll probably be a little long, There's no question about that. If it starts at 5:30, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be like 11 that the main event might start. That's, of course, there's no horseshit and there's no kind of no bullshit ass commercials or bullshit segments. Or somebody talking that shouldn't be.
Hold on, this ain't in Saudi Arabia, so yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, at least the PBC on Prime cards before, like didn't have all those. It didn't have pacing issues. That's at least that's one thing that they didn't have. But yeah, obviously you'll pay your. I think it's $89. I think it's $89.99. I think it's $89. It's Tank Fight. Yeah.
They gotta stop, yo. They gotta, yo. Yo, these pay-per-views should be like $40, nigga. Like, stop.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, obviously we're waiting for the first non-pay-per-view prime card. Well, they keep on saying it's going to be in July and August, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's the thing. Like, every fight worth a damn nowadays is a motherfucking pay-per-view fight, and it's like y'all are like running to the well too many times. Like, we just had Fury Usyk, then y'all had the 505. Now y'all got this, and shit. Hold on, before Fury Usyk, you had hold on. Let's just back it up. Fuck this. Hold on, nigga. You had Ngannou, Joshua. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
You had Haney Garcia 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fury Usyk 3.
Mm-hmm.
The
5-on-5.
5-on-5. That's 4.
And Canelo Munguia.
That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what is this? This is Frank Martin and Tank. This is Kevin. I mean, this is Tank. I mean, this is 6.
Mm-hmm.
6, dude, and it's June, nigga.
Yeah, no, yeah, the shit.
Yo, it's almost like, remember that Twitter poll with how many pay-per-views? So we really just had 6 pay-per-views already. And what did I say? They bunched them all up in the last damn 3 months.
Right. Yeah.
It's been like one every other week.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at least. I mean, the Matchroom pay-per-views at least delivered on what they were delivering. His Excellency pay-per-views. It is what it, but it's still like not one of them could at least be for free at least. And that's why. And this is actually a good segue. That's why I'm actually
fucking Zoo Fundora 7, bro.
Oh yeah, of course.
So that's 7 in 6 months. 7 pay-per-views. Are you crazy?
Yeah, and that's what makes it even surprising that the last fight we're going to talk about is not a pay-per-view of some sort. Of course, we're talking about Subriel Matias and Liam Paro. Who, of course, Matias is making his Matchroom debut in Puerto Rico. Oh, saying so. It's like, and the fun thing is too is like, I mean, they did just release some shoulder programming in there and whatnot, but yeah, it seems like the zone is not going ham and actually like really going out and actually like, okay, look, this Matias is fighting in Puerto Rico, like let's put some more put some more light on it or whatever. I mean Matias, from his from what he's been posting. Seems like he's happy. He's like ready, and he's been talking shit. But yeah. Honestly, it's actually a surprise to me that they're not Eddie's not making it as a pay-per-view. But Matias
better not. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, how dare you even utter that shit?
Yeah. But Matias Paro though, like and obviously because in the wake of Tank and Martin, like it's kind of being kind of forgotten, but Matias Paro is a very good fucking fight for 140. Like, we put respect on Paro's name. Like Paro, last time we saw him, he pretty much ended, like the significance of one-time Matchroom marquee fighter Montana Love. What I'm saying? Like, yeah, Paro is a tough fucking guy. Like, he is like, he had the Brock Jarvis KO in one and. Like he's fought on some of the Australian cards and whatnot. Like he's a tough guy. Like he's like, and I know most people have actually given him a really good.
That's his best attribute, his toughness. Yeah, he's gonna need it in this one.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely gonna be. You know what? Let me go take a look at.
So what's more important against toughness or offense?
You guys, I think both offense because you got something to keep him off you because you can't let Matias.
Yeah, you still.
But if you could only give your fighter one, like if he excelled, like offense. Like if you like hold on, just let me set the parameters. Like the offense would be out of 1 through 10. His offensive ability for that fight would be an 8, but that means the other shit will be a 5. And you had to choose. His toughness will be a 5 in the offense of 8, or his toughness at 8 in the offense of 5. Which one would you rather have your fighter have against Matias?
His offense being
offense. I mean, we've seen Matias.
I guess offense.
I know.
Y'all said fuck toughness.
No, offense.
Hold on. If the toughness is an 8, the offense is a 5, but the defense is like a 7 or 8. Maybe give me the toughness.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's my thing. We've seen Matias lose. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. We've seen Matias. I know he caught the body, and but we've seen him lose to somebody who's never gonna be a champ. So he is a top 3 at 140 for sure. But I'm not saying he's overrated. But
he got his get back.
He got his get back. He got to get back, and people.
Yeah, it's a little different once you get your get back, and
it's just
did he get it?
Like, can you withstand that relentless drowning pressure that Matias, offers? Because he's a guy that's similar, a clubbing, like I would say he's like Better Beaver, but he's just a guy that is going to come at you nonstop and eventually get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and pours it on.
After taking your best shots.
After you're taking your best shots. I mean, that guy, I forgot the guy who beat him. What's his name again? I forgot his name.
Yeah, the guy who beat him, Ananya. Yeah, I mean, it was an upset because it was shortly after, after Matias killed Tedeschi.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm aware. I mean, I get that. I'm just saying. So you've seen him. He's not invincible. So I mean, he's not invincible.
He's just a lot to deal with.
He's a lot to deal with. He's a lot to deal with.
But the right strategy, I mean, to get him, it's just. Your strategy is just as good as your fighter. Like, you gotta have a fighter that can implement that. So
and you can't be too tough against Matias because, like I said, he's systematically been breaking. Like, he's made his last 2 opponents fucking quit. Like,
and you know what's funny? His last two opponents in the first round, everybody was like, "Oh shit! Look how good they look in that first round." You know what I'm saying? Both remember those 2 fights? Like,
yeah, dude, he's like Bishop from X-Men. Like, you'll look good in the first couple rounds. And you'll use all your special attacks, your super punch, and your combos, and niggas would be like, damn, right? Hold on, who's this kid? But somewhere into the damn middle of the 3rd round, Matias just comes forward, or he'll get one shot off, or he does something, and all that good-looking offense you had in them first 2 rounds, like, your offense meter start turning orange for some reason.
You called it. You called it because in about the 3rd round, when the 4th round hits, it's a different fight. When the 4th round,
it's a different fight. Like, it's one of those fights. Like, hey yo, don't go to the bathroom. Don't go outside. Like, don't warm up stuff. Don't put nothing in the microwave, nigga. Like, like you go and check that hot pocket. This is a whole different fight. You're like, what? Like damn. Like, he beating this nigga ass. Like, shit.
Yeah, like pretty much now they're like making trainers are making executive decisions. Like once Matias starts coming on, they're like, oh shit, okay, look, let's take him out because we don't want him ruining niggas like it's nobody's business. Or killing somebody outright.
Because everybody just gets so impressed with their offense early, like they give their best early, like, and they never recover their offense, like. All it takes is just him just coming forward and just that mental and that physical pressure. Just he's picking off shots and he's hitting hard too.
Yeah, he has stones in his fist.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to time him in between or something. I don't know, like, Paro is a precise. The sniper. He can time him in between. I mean, I think it's a possibility, but
nah, it's like somebody like. Well, it depends. Like, if you got a guy whose stamina is a 10 or a 9, and his offense is like a 6, toughness 7, I'm gonna tell him to be a volume guy. Just push him back and just throw volleys of 8 punches. I'm gonna just put him in a room and be like, you're gonna watch Sam Solomon. And that's it. Like, you're gonna fight like him. You're gonna throw a bunch of punches from different angles, and you're just gonna be on this dude. And you don't see in none of your shots. You're not throwing your best punches. You're just throwing punches, and you'll sneak in some hard, good ones every now and then, that'll catch him if he try to open up and just go, from there. But Paro, is Paro or Paro? Or that's tomato.
Paro. Hey, tomatoes,
Paro.
I say Paro.
Okay, Paro. Paro got quick hands. He got some pop on his shots. He rough, physically strong, but I don't know if that's enough for a guy like Matias.
I mean, Australians are built tough. I'm not. I mean, they have. most of them have heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's a lot to deal with. The thing is, it's a lot to deal with.
We Australian boxers for the most part, the exception of niggas like Junior Fa, they're tough. Like they've been coming up, they've been represented.
Yeah. Okay, so we know this guy's toughness is like an 8 then. Offense is about maybe a 7.
The problem is, I'm gonna say this.
He's accurate.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, go.
I'm not sure what Paro does that much better than Ergashev that would help him against.
Thank you.
Because we saw what Ergashev had 2. He was looking perfect after 2 rounds, and then it all spiraled downhill from there. So
yeah, and I don't know.
And I mean, the only thing
what Paro could do strategically with his skill set.
I think the best way would be can Paro will he be able to back Matias and even sometimes turn him? Because you're gonna have to. I feel like you have to turn him so that he's not getting, so that he's taking leverage off of his shots, where you have to move him a bit. But I don't know if he'll be able to move him like that. So,
but you gotta have the volume and the strength on your punches to move niggas, and then it's to turn them, you gotta have the footwork. Does Paro have all of this? He might have one of the 3 or 2 of the 3.
His footwork is good, but it's not elite level where he's going to be turning motherfuckers to take the leverage off their shots. So
we not gonna see no Devin Alexander versus Maidana performance.
No. He might try to just outwork him, and that's a horrible way to do it. And it'll work for a bit because he's tough, but this is not going past 7. I'm going 7th round KO. Matias.
Yeah, I'm actually going. I mean, I'll get because I do think Paro's a tough guy. I'll actually go 9th round for me. Pilot.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this fight. For some reason, I don't know why. I think the hometown curse is going to kick in, and I'm, going home in Puerto Rico. I get it. He's not going to win the cards, but for some reason, I just feel like it might be Paro's night. I think Paro's going to win. I think he's going to knock him out. Maybe call me crazy, but I think I'm probably wrong. But I'm trying to get my pat.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Hey,
you're my guy, but you're also crazy.
We seen stranger things, nigga.
Give me my damn. Hey, I'm just saying. Next week, if it happens, give my damn credit. I'm calling 10.
Put some money on that. You're in Nevada. Put some money on that. Yeah. Go to FanDuel, get you some money.
What about you, LB?
I think Matias by decision.
Oh, decisions galore. So yeah, I'm just looking at the odds now.
I just think we're just gonna get a lot of hard fights. Like honestly, we're gonna be I think people gonna be kind of tired of boxing after this weekend. It's gonna be damn, we got some good hard fights, and I don't think it's gonna be a lot of fuckery like that. Unless we have some crazy decisions. I think the focus is on just wow, we saw some good hard fights. That's what it just feels for this weekend. But yeah, let me hear them odds, man, because I feel like this fight goes a distance. Just offense and toughness could keep you in there with Matias. I feel like,
Yeah, so for
I got you. Let me look.
For the money line though, we got minus 950 for Matias as the favorite, and plus 590 for Paro as the underdog. So methods of victory, we got
Pilot. What's money on?
Yeah. Matias points of decision is a plus 600. Matias KO is minus 320. The draw is plus 2,400, and Paro points decision is plus 1,100, and the KO for him is plus 1,400.
Damn.
So yeah, like the odds are there, and they have all the group bettings out now. They have the 3 group, 4.
I mean,
group
something's gonna have to happen in this fight in order for us to even take it serious on Monday. After all that shit with the Tank and Benavidez card.
I mean, in terms of that, Paro and Matias to me is like, I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's up there to me because it's a significant 140 fight because they're significant 140 fighters. So 140 is 154 light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so like, I'm excited. I mean, I just wished Eddie made the PR card kind of stronger. Like, I get it, it's local. You got to use your PR fighters. You got to use one marquee fighter from another marquee fighter from Matchroom. But goddamn, like you could have made it a little bit stronger. Put at least a stronger co-main and everything like that. But hey, I guess people are just gonna be happy that Puerto Rico's gonna get some boxing again on the island. So yeah, I think that's about it. And let's get ready to wrap it up because I know I need to get to bed and all that. So final thoughts, King P. Final thoughts.
It was a whatever week of boxing. Good. Shout out to Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I appreciate it. They showed love. You know what I'm saying? Got a good atmosphere, got good access, good footage. Like I said, I gave my constructive criticisms, and it feels like we've been saying this forever, but maybe one day if we scream at them long enough, they'll listen, or we'll just be the old men yelling at clouds. So I'm gonna still yell at the clouds. I don't care. So because some of this is like completely unacceptable. And like I said, I'm trying to be nice. I'm giving constructive criticism, but like eventually, like I'm just gonna start yelling because there's no reason to keep doing the same dumb shit all over again. Like, yeah, either you're dumb as fuck or you're just incompetent, or maybe both. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. And you know what it is. It's Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. We got content up, new content up. Got the interview, the press conference, post-fight with both Shushu Carrington and Xander Zayas. So go check that out. So we'll get more content, an article from that. And we got more stuff on the way. So just stay tuned. More content coming on the way.
Yes, sir. Pilot, your final thoughts? Pilot? I think they must stepped away. All right, LB, your final thoughts? Because I know Haney's talking shit. You look tired.
Yeah, Haney, yeah, I am tired. Cause fucking and I haven't really eaten since like Saturday. Like I be doing like fasting, but I still be training, and like I've been up since like 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, bro needs to eat and probably take a nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some. Yeah, I'm gonna get something after this. But yeah, I did the mints the other day in the morning. This morning, yesterday, but this morning I played ball. So yeah, so I'm kind of like, you see it in my face, the eyes, like I look sick, like but it is what it is. I'll recuperate. I'll be on my mum ride shit, nigga. You feel me?
Not sickle cell sick, just tired.
Hold on, wait, what the fuck? Hold on, wait, hold on.
I said you like I look sick. I'm like not sickle cell sick, just a little tired, just very.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, damn, nigga. I mean, I got sickle cell like the trait, but not like I ain't got the full blows. Like,
trying to come in prodigy, trying to come in prodigy and shit.
Nah, like I'm just saying, like he like Like he jumped with sickle cell after the whole Mumra shit. I'm like, wait, hold on. That nigga had that in the cartoon? Like, wait. That's why that nigga always yelling at him, lying on. Like, all right, shit. Hey, damn, like, shit, all right. But yeah, like this nigga, King P said, he got a bunch of amazing interviews up with Shoo and Zayas. Big things coming from them. It's on the Ring Gang account on YouTube. Go check that out. I ain't put it on the website yet, but we a little cook, let y'all, get a little subs up, But yeah, definitely like, share, subscribe, comment, all that shit. We appreciate it. Even shout outs to the people on Anchor and Podomatic, everybody who's still fucking with us. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we appreciate all the love, support, everybody who puts them in the super chat. We appreciate that. More content on the way. I put up a little clip, all of us in our cartoon version. I'll put it on in my Twitter. It's been reshared, we posted by the Ring Gang account. So fucking with it, you'll see it. Devin versus Shuttleworth 1-on-1 Mortal Kombat tournament. Who the fuck is Devin? Oh, Devin, ain't it? I was like, huh? I'm just like, but yeah. I might try to get on some games later this week. I mean, you know what I'm saying? See, you know what I mean? Get on some Tekken and Street Fighter or something. But yeah, just keep rocking with us. Ain't got much more to say. We might have another music episode this Thursday. Might be a who watched who episode. I know that was a good one we did. And I haven't made a graphic or anything for the next battle because I did a mistake.
I thought we was gonna do another '80s R&B battle.
I mean, we can say that for
we had that. Hold on, did I make a graphic for that? Like, did we even set up? Because you know how it was all rounds. I think it was you and Rome, and then we had Rome and Pat, then me and Pilot, because we are odd numbers. So I think Pilot got the least amount of battles, but yeah, definitely we gonna do some more of those. But
it might be I mean, we can save the battle for next week. We could probably do another.
Yeah, we'll further down because I gotta make the graphic and all that shit. Like so.
Because I think we still have the graphic for who watched who.
Yeah, we can still. Yeah, that's done. Like you could always put that up. So that's something. And everybody could just get their 2 songs, and we could just rock with that this week. And everybody liked the concept last time, so
right.
I feel like it's time to bring it back. We gave niggas the other battles too, so but yeah, we'll definitely do another round of battles. Later on this month. Thinking probably Pat and King P. Maybe me and Rome, or Rome versus Pilot, or King P and LB, or whatever the fuck. If we got more years or whatever years, niggas. Fuck y'all, I beat y'all niggas in some goddamn 70s R&B. Fuck you niggas. So y'all just gonna pick the most popular shit. I'll play some obscure or hot shit that niggas done only heard maybe twice in their life. This nigga pick some goddamn Rolls Royce. Shit that have been sampled 17,000 times.
I feel like I got robbed in the first battle with you. And the last one. No, time out. Hold on, because real quick, ain't no way Curtis is better than Checkmate, but it's okay. It's okay. I didn't complain.
Curtis is better than Checkmate.
Cameron's like my top 3. Cameron's my personal top 3. But
dude, Curtis and Curtis is better than Checkmate for all the reasons, and just the fact that the context was better. It wasn't no fake beef where niggas is like, all right, I don't like you for no reason. It was on some real internet shit where a nigga was like, hold on, did this nigga just try to clown me? Fuck that. Hold on. Oh, this nigga tried to clown me because I clowned him because he was trying to clown me. Nah, fuck that. Let me roast this nigga. Like, nah, like, yo, Jadakiss shit was cool though. Like, but come on, bro. Like, really? over Curtis. Like, nigga, stop.
Checkmate. Word for word. Who don't know that one word for word? I'm just saying. Come on.
There was too many jokes and one-liners, and then you know what? In my original fucking song, I was gonna pick "You're Not Rich and Still Lying," but I don't think like that would have went over your head. Like you wouldn't have got all the sarcasm, nigga.
I get it. I'm just saying. Whatever. We'll eventually get a tiebreaker. Eventually.
Yeah. We'll be even for now.
For now, except for now.
Like, don't come to Florida, nigga. I promise you, nigga. Let this nigga get a fight over here. It's over, nigga. You gonna sneak his ass. Like, nigga, fuck. This is different type of heat, nigga. You got alligators, not no coyote. Oh, we got coyotes too, then, nigga. Fuck that. We just ain't got road runners, nigga. I'm done. Wrap this shit up.
Word. Did Pilot give us? Yeah, no. Pilot.
Oh yeah, what pilot got to say?
Yeah,
shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to Wendell. He shouted us out, on one of the bigger discords of boxing. So
Fire and desire off the gate, like nigga, I had Prime Key Sweat out the gate. I came out there, like nigga, stop. Nigga, dude. This was when Keith Sweat was singing, nigga. This wasn't the. Nobody. It wasn't no bullshit like that. It was some. This nigga was singing, nigga. Like y'all picking a goddamn domestic violence. I love you more type ass song. Rick James and Tina Marie, get the fuck out of here, man. Jeez, nigga, this nigga beat me like. Nigga don't even remember the fucking 80s and he beat you. And y'all let this nigga beat me. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
But no, I mean, shouts out to everybody in the chat.
I'm sorry, Paro.
You're good. It's active. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's all I got. There's a boxer card. Cruiserweight. Nobody really cares about. But Ben Whitaker's on there if you fuck with that guy. So I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to Ben Whitaker and fuck all you niggas that be hating on his show boxing. Long as he could get away with it and he start, he keep knocking niggas out, let him do it. Those viral clips, they help boxing, he gets shared on different platforms because of it. I'm all for more eyes coming on or being present on the sport of boxing. So shout out to him. There's a lot of boxing this weekend. So hopefully he get a knockout. There's gonna be a lot of fucking decisions.
Yeah, and just to add on, obviously, Billum Smith and Rapor fight for the cruiserweight title. So hopefully the cruiserweights will that might actually be a little bit of a lick, because if you put a lick on saying like, hey, there's a chance that both guys will hit the canvas at some point, or at least Billum Smith might hit the canvas, you might want to consider putting a little bread on that. Because Billum Smith, I'm sure, will go down because Rapor hits like a ton. But that's just some free game out there. But anyways, outside of that, shout out to the whole crew. Shout out to everyone that was listening to us tonight. We got a lot of shit in store. The cartoon. Can't wait to actually, this week I start recording my dialogue. Everyone should have their scripts, obviously, to do the recording. And then I am working on my next Forgotten Fade article. And obviously if you follow the Ring Gang Twitter, I actually posted out because someone asked an excellent question about something, and I posted my answer, and I was like, the light bulb went off in my head, like, ding, all right, yeah, I'll do this fight. And luckily this fight was also available on YouTube too, so yeah, I can actually able to, so hopefully in the next month, next week or so, I can write it up and have some new Forgotten Fate articles and for more fights for y'all to actually say, yeah, you gotta watch. But lots of boxing this weekend, I can't wait for it. Hopefully, we'll make up for the lackluster one from this past weekend. So so I don't have no more to say. I mean, obviously, you know what to do a million times with the YouTube. You know what to do with this banner. Shout out to Android, for donating. Got some good luck. You know what I'm saying. We got more shit for you in store. So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King People, they could be, and for Conscious Pilot. And I guess Rome did not join tonight, but I'm sure he'll join for the music episode. But this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, If shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace. Memberships, yes, we got that too. So yeah, the memberships are out there too, man. Like we monetize. So yeah, take advantage. Like what you get what we put out a lot of stuff, and we can put out more stuff. More memberships, more anything. Like just fuck with us. Bye, Joe. Peace.